Hey, welcome back to Metropole Grid. My name is Andre. Thanks so much for tuning in. This week, he's going to turn the music all the way down. I'm kidding. I'm going to leave it here for a bit. We cool to hang out like It's December 19th, 2024. It's a Thursday night. Hopefully you're doing well. This is going to be our final stream for a bit. We'll be back probably before the year's over. Maybe on the 30th, maybe not the 31st, probably maybe in the morning. We'll find out. But we're going to be off next week. So, well, we should have a video up on Monday. Yeah, hopefully you're all going to have a good enough holidays. How's everyone doing? We got a bit of news today, or the last couple days, some Null Signal Games news, which is good. We're going to go over that. We have a deck list of the week, and then we're going to be doing some deck building. So I think we might just dive straight into the deck list of the week and get some games in. This is a deck we've actually played on stream before. Last Tuesday, we had some time just trying to play op decks and playing really bad op decks. And then to like course correct, we played an okay to good op deck. And by that, I mean an op deck that was tested. And this is BBLUM's list, and it's always really, really fun. Howdy D, how's it going? How's your run been? I haven't checked in a while. I haven't been able to drop in for the Arkham. Hopefully you're doing well. This is the last chance we say Merry Christmas to you. You can say it after. It's fine. But yeah, technically yes. Unless you do it in the comments. Carrie, how's it going? Maybe Merry Christmas to you too. Good day, Mr. Good. Supernaut, how you doing? How's your Thursday? We haven't seen a lot of op. Like op has just kind of disappeared. There's a big chance op is in a better spot than it's ever been. Considering we lost Trickshot and maybe we lost Shaper. I don't know exactly what's that going to do the deck, but I think Op doesn't like you running R&D and seeing multiple cards. That is twice over bad. Now, I remember playing Op middle of the year when people were rushing out Turbine Rigs and Anarch, and that also felt really bad because all your ice gets broken for like 2 credits. And that's not good when a Turbine and a Cleaver and a Buzzsaw comes down. But we have some good tricks. We can go fast. I do believe BBLUM is saying that we have to like Mavirus into Regolith pretty consistently because that's the most money we have on a single card in this deck. We have Trojan Horse, which is an unfair card to play around. Basically, if we have more money than the runner and the runner's touched our cards, they usually try to do that. Double checking the audio is off. Good. Isn't all your ice broken also for 2 credits with Crew? Yes, Crew is really bad into us. Daria, how's it going? Like, Crew's not going to be good. I think if they Crew and Archer, like, we're kind of cooked. Why can't I see the cards? I guess I should go into here. If they Crew and Archer, like, we're cooked. That is what it is. But we might be able to go fast enough. But I do think Ice Destruction in general is not good in op, because if you ask us what our deck is just making ice work for us quickly in a remote server. And if we don't have ice, we don't have a game. That being said, we have 2 Mavirus. A lot of these lists are on 3 Mavirus, but that means we can deal with abstractly Amakua and Leech and Audrey and some other stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Golava, how's it going? Happy holidays. Op, let's go. Yo, I know you play a whole bunch of op or classically played op. Like, what is your read on op for the last couple months? BBLUM is like a grinder. They've been playing op for a long time. I think top 16 at Worlds in Toronto in 2022, I want to say. Like, they've just been playing op for a long time. Hey, Poglo's got to go fast. Fast is how we will go. And maybe if the meta shifts and, you know, there's more criminals out there, you have to ice up central servers. I do think against, like, Sable, you want to make sure your servers are locked down. And that can slow you down a wee bit. So we'll see. Again, I think things are really in flux. Technically, the new ban list isn't live until next week, but I don't think that changes what people do on the casual lobby of just taking on net. We have this deck already imported. Yeah, let's go. That's Cold Lava. His thoughts on op. No matter the meta, his answer is op is top tier. I don't think that's the case. I think Cold Lava will say like it's not worth doing, and we'll see. Like, I don't even think, I'm not sure if Cold Lava played op at Worlds. I don't think he did. All right, Sable. Hey, best of luck. Have fun. So Sable is going to have central pressure. Obviously, Sable's going to be running something on turn 1 clicklessly, so that's not great. We have to ice up HQ. HQ is really important to ice up so we don't get diversion of funds on turn 1 and everything falls apart. So the question is, how do we open this? We have no economy, so if they force us to res our ice, and they should, you should face check into op ice all the time. The Wayland dice really can't hurt you if you don't install any cards, so you might as well run into it. And while we have an early eminent domain, it's really hard to push an eminent domain in the remote server on turn 1 against Boomerang, against Inside Job, and all this sort of expected nonsense. Now, Envelopment is really good against Boomerang at a minimum, but it is all our money. Like, I just don't know if we can keep this hand. Because if we don't draw an econ card, which would be like a Mavirus, a hedge fund, an extract doesn't really do anything. Like, we don't have a play here. Like, maybe we do Thimble Rig on central servers, port him on central servers, credit, and then we hope. But I don't know how like sustainable hope is. How sustainable is hope? Gold plate Asa. Ob is bad into Shaper. Anarch, I think you can rush out, and Ob used to be good through TAI. Currently, I'm unsure of it into Crew. Haven't played enough. I doubt it's good. Played a lot of op into Big Ben Haroshi. I'm going to hope we can do a better hand. We could keep this and like install 2 ice. I'm going to mulligan this. I mean, it's not better. We have Crisium at least so that we can't get easily diversion of funds. And in theory, border control beats Boomerang and Inside Job, but it is expensive. So we'll see how we play this out. Yo, passive, I think Rush Ob looks pretty nice after the trick shot ban. I've been seeing a lot of freedom. Yeah, having them with viruses on tempo is like really nice into the freedom matchup, but what are we going to be icing up into Sable? I don't know. I think we want border control on the remote. We can put envelopment on HQ if we want to. I think putting the Crisium grid there is just as good. In theory, our opponent can trash it and then come back. We don't really want to res it on turn 1. I'm not really excited to do eminent border control. Malapert on the table is also really fine because if our opponent doesn't trash it for 4, we can extract it next turn. So in theory, we can even do a Malapert extract to get a Spin Doctor or to get a Rashida. I think we're just going to do this play, which we can't res everything. But if our opponent burns a Pinhole or an Inside Job to touch a Malapert, we're pretty happy with it. And then ideally we res and extract this next turn, which will give us 5 credits and probably a Spin Doctor, which is nice. It's a long time since I've had any hope. You can always have hope. You can definitely have hope. Nuka start. Okay. I'm not sure if this is going to be like deep dive Sable. Pretty good Sable deck. I haven't seen too much of it. I know that a list was published. There's Bravado straight into the remote server. And this is, you know, what happens. This is why you should always check the remote server turn 1. If we res the border control, it costs us 3 credits, which means we can't res HQ. They can get a click running R&D. They definitely should. So I'm going to res the border control and hope that we get a pinhole threading here. This will drop us to 3 credits, which means we can still do Malapert into oh, I did the math wrong. Oh, never mind. Oh, it's really bad. Is Ob bad into Shaper without trick shot? I can't tell. Like, maybe not. Free R&D run. They can't steal SDSs, so 9 points in R&D are safe. There's a Carmen coming down. Okay. They're getting down their breakers early. That means now they have to actually worry about certain things. Like specifically, they have to deal with Stavkas if they find them. We have an extract here. So if we do credit, we can extract the Malapert. That might be fine. And we can just get a Spin Doctor. We also could just do credit, push, and eminent, but if they run HQ and diversion us, like we're in a really bad spot. So I'm going to extract this. Oops. We got a pre-res, so we can get Optifier. Could have got a Rashida there, which would have been really nice. So it's either a Rashida in their remote server or Spin Doctor. Actually, we might just go for a Rashida in server 1. They didn't have a pinhole, so they might not have a pinhole now. That's probably a bit better. Hey, Quidwa, have you seen the JNet is messed up on BTISP, 33% of UK? I thought it was just me, struggled first round and ran with connection issues. There's a fix that's been in GLC for a couple of weeks, but it's not been super online. No, that's the first time I've heard about that. That's obviously not great. All right, Carpe Diem R&D, drawing 3. Clickless access and 3 credits. What's the fix like? Oh, wow, they had an SDS, so they did install their Carmen early. Now, I don't think they're going to be on more than 1 Carmen, so they might be down a killer. They also installed the Cat's Cradle, which, again, a lot of times against Op, you don't want to pre-install your programs before you need them. Now, in theory, you can risk losing these to a ZF damage, which is 2 meat damage when we score them. But otherwise, it's now you have to worry about things like Archer and Stavka, which are super prevalent. So there's a bit of a risk here. Now, this does have text. It looks like they're just mutually favoring their breakers. So they're just prioritizing getting their breakers down as soon as possible. Holy shit, they have a second Carmen? Okay. I do not know what we're playing against. This looks like a home brew of some sort, because you don't often see 2 of each breakers. So good for them. We're not going to shuffle to find a -1. Looks like a J Chinyo deck. I don't know. So far, I would be surprised. Like, I don't know if you play 2 breakers in a J Chinyo deck. So we have Tucana, we have Eminent. That's a really strong combo. It's actually kind of difficult for them to be border control. The thing is they mutual favored for a Carmen for some reason. They didn't get their Kurapira, which makes me suggest that they have a Fractor. I wouldn't know what it was or what it would be. Winchester is pretty okay into Carmen. We want it onto HQ, but I think we're just going to set up in a way that we don't get... This plays around J Chinyo and this plays around Diversion in theory. We could have got the Winchester on HQ as a second ice. That might be fine, but like we're already good into Boomerang. The sec testing is what makes me think knives. I think you play sec testing anyways because it's just good enough. Like, you're right, it doesn't access cards, and that's a really nice J Chinyo thing. This is a clickless 2 credits. That's pretty good. It could be. Good practice is to run multiple breakers. I don't agree with that. I think you don't often see that with like top placing decks. A lot of people just don't do it. So this inside job is going to eat the border control, so we get a 3 coster from our deck. Our question is whether we want a sandstone, which they can't break unless they do boomerang run, which they can, or a gatekeeper, which we res here, and then we can extract later. And it will be 6 strength, which means if they want to break it, it's going to cost them 7, maybe up to 6. I think I'd rather do sandstone because they just don't have the fractor yet, but they both fall to boomerang run. At least in that case, we can still get the Tucana. All right, checking R&D here. Fixes deleting Windows.WebSocket and dev console. Jaina has fallback behavior if you don't have a WebSocket support. Whoa. I really don't like that we drew the Winchester because we easily could have got it. So now we get a lot of tempo. They also know that we have a Stavka, so now they have to run respecting a 7-strength Stavka. That's actually quite difficult. So we'll res, we'll triple advance, score the Eminent. So we'll get the Eminent first, and we'll get an Archer. We'll put it on server 1. And then we're just going to put something on R&D. Ideally, we want to ice HQ as well. But on R&D, we want to get something that's annoying for them to break. So even just getting a Hordem is pretty expensive. It's 4 to 5 to break. I think that's totally fine. Yeah, we're just going to get a Hordem on R&D. And then next turn, we'll push the second Eminent and go from there. Knife won the last big Netrunner tournament. Oh my god. And with what style did it win too? It was dominant. Just wanted to get it mentioned on stream because I was tearing my hair out a bit. I appreciate Quitwa. I reckon someone is going to hear that and like it. Yeah, so the multiple breakers thing, it's like, it gives you comfort and it makes you, you know, have an easier time playing into things like SDS drone deployment and program destruction. However, if you ask me, you can go pretty far with limited programs in Criminal, right? Like Criminal's the sort of deck where you can lose your one of Fractor and still win a game because you often play things like, well, AI breakers, but also Inside Job and Boomerang. So like losing a breaker is not a death sentence. And then that gives you slots to play more utility and more pressure. But I think newer players generally have comfort in playing 2 of each breaker, but also like it's often more of a newer player pattern to immediately get your breakers on the table. Because in theory, they don't need their breakers. In fact, they can't even use their breakers because they need to have money, right? Like installing these cards is expensive. Ooh, Above the Law. I was going to push the Eminent, but Above the Law seems a bit better. Now they could Inside Job the Archer. That's obviously no good. I want to get something on Archives. I'm just going to put the Stavka on Archives, I think. Now, if they do get through the Archer and through the Sandstone, so Inside Job, Fractor, this will be Boomerang Inside Job also works. So we can respect Inside Job by just putting an ice in front of here. Oh, we only have 5 credits? Huh. Probably should have worried about that. So if that's the case, I'm going to extract the Sandstone to get a 2 cost in front of the Archer so that the Archer cannot be Inside Jobbed. I think we have to do that. So it's probably the Thimble Rig, which is a bummer because they can break the Thimble Rig, but at least then the Archer will be on the inside. If they want to break an Archer, it's at least 5 credits. So still not bulletproof, and I think we need to just put something on Archives. So we'll put the Winchester or the Stavka. I think we'll put the Stavka, just so if they run into it, they can't break a 7-strength Stavka, which for them costs them 2, 4, 5, 6. They can't make their free security testing run. So I didn't realize our money was that bad. It won the semifinals. Yeah, okay. Career Fair into Earthrise. Above the Law is going to be taking that down pretty happily. And we're going to get another Tucana trigger, so we'll probably get a 3rd ice on server 1. We can also now use the Thimble Rig to move our ice around, which we're not really incentivized to do. But at least we did well to lock down. Okay, last click installing your Boomerang. You generally don't want to pre-install Boomerangs as much as possible. We've played 2 extracts, but this means in theory we can now score and put another ice in here to strand the Boomerang. But yeah, last click Boomerang is also a bit tricky. Do we want to swap Thimble Rig? No, honestly, I don't think so. We want to get a border control resed. All right, I think we're just going to triple and score this. We're going to trash the Earthrise. So Above the Law, we'll trash the Earthrise for sure. And now we can get an ice on the table. So we can make R&D unrunnable. In theory, there's still a lot of points in R&D. HQ is a bit soft, but they can't get through the envelopment. So we can just get something on HQ that's frustrating. Sandstone seems fine. Border control is probably the play because now if they run the remote server, we can swap Thimble Rig for border control and end the run. I'm okay with this. I am, but it wasn't good in the trick shot meta. Now things have changed and I'm looking at it again. I thought you were a big knife guy. Oh yeah, Daria? I don't know. I'm worried that more people are going to play Ag Infusion, right? Like if people are playing more assets, so be it. But if people are playing more like mid-range Glacier, I don't know if I'm excited to play knife. Oh, that is warm tea on my leg. That's good. No more Mr. Knife Guy. All right. Unfortunately, they're stalling out a bit. And again, I do want to say they might be stalling out slightly because they spent all this time and credits installing breakers, right? Like it's something that you don't always want to rush down. I'm just going to install this and click for 2 credits. This will put us on game point because we have the audacity and we can score out. We also could have pre-advanced this. We'll probably use the UZF to maybe even trash the Tukana to get a tithe because we're not going to need this to fire that much more. More ag. I don't know what to play ag into Resurgence of Turbine Hosh and crew. I don't know if Turbine Hosh is real. I think ag infusion, if you play like 1 or 2 Mavirus, you can do okay into some of those matchups. Our money is not great here. We definitely need to go find some sort of economy. There's a Kurapira again. They don't have the money to make runs. We have to decide what to do here. So I want to keep the boarding control, the archer, this. So when we score this, we have to trash one of our installed cards. So we might actually just res the Chrysium and then trash the Chrysium and get what's it called? The Regolith mining license in the remote server. Unfortunately, that's going to be 6 credits. That's pretty bad. The other option is we can just fire the Aziaf and then trash the Chrysium and then top deck a 3-2 to win the game because we have Audacity. I think that's probably better. This will do 2 meat damage. This leaves us on 5 credits, so we can still res some stuff. We get 2 Kana Ice, so we'll just trash this Chrysium, I think. So we'll do the Aziaf to get some information. We hit an Estabrado and an Estabrado. I feel like hitting threat 4 at the same time of doing that is pretty nice. And we haven't seen any multi-axis so far. So we can put something on the table. We reduce the cost by 3 and install cost. So we can get a tithe for free. We can get a sandstone for 1 credit. Kurapir farming is not too concerning. I think honestly just a tithe is fine. From this point, actually no, boarding control is pretty good. Because we only need 1 credit to win the game, right? Like we just top deck into Audacity, but our money's not great. Have you tried the coolest ID sports medal? Without Luminal, sports medal honestly does seem a fair bit worse, which is weird because it's a 1 of. But we're going to be playing some fast events today. I think we're going to try NBN. HB's cringe. HB's really, really fun. So if we are on 1 more credit, we could blow up their board state. Now they're aware, and that might be why they're aggressing right now. But if we had 4 credits, right, that may be a reason to save your credit and get tithe on the table. So that's unfortunate. But we have a couple top decks here. They're also now running, not last click. So we can strand their boarding control. This boarding control doesn't give us that much utility because they can farm Kurapira on it. So we're going to make them use their boomerang and probably boarding control and get a Mavirus on the table. So we can Mavirus into our thing. So we're going to end the run here, get a 3-coster. So we're going to go Mavirus into server 1, which is the most protected server, because then on our turn, we can trash the Mavirus and go get a Regolith, and then we can establish our economy, and then we'll just probably put a Winchester in R&D. I'm late. Lucille, how's it going? How's your week been? You running a cool event this weekend? Do you got like a cool article or something? Immediately Mando's Rego? That's fine. So now they're running HQ. They have a 1 in 5 to get points. This is a Kurapir. So Kurapir is getting farmed. We can't res envelopment here. We don't want to pop this border control because it protects the remote server. Like if we don't draw the thing, we can just put Eminent in the remote server if we really want to, but it doesn't actually help that much. Oh wow, they got the Eminent. That's really unfortunate. That's a 1 in 5, and they really wanted that because now they win off a single axis with SDS drone deployment. We have 2 more in R&D. We will not do the swap. Okay. Huh. You can pop the Mavirus on your turn before draw. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely could. I don't know what other 2 costs we have flexibility to get with this. I don't think we do because we've seen our Tukana or Thimblerig. So we are just in holding position. I imagine if we draw an SDS, we're in an okay spot. We also could consider just getting money with Mavirus and then Trojan horsing their Fractor might actually work. So we will purge. I hate that we are not pushing something in the remote server that actually really matters. So this goes into server 1. So we'll gain 6. And then last click, we either put an ice on R&D or we Trojan horse and trash a breaker. Now Sable doesn't have a link, and how Trojan horse works is we start with trace 4 and then we basically have to at least spend more than the trash cost of the card. So if we trash a Cat's Cradle, that's the one we haven't seen 2 of. Carmen's really hard because it is 5 install cost. Cool technology. And Kurapira will be pretty annoying. So we do trace 4. Our opponent has to spend 3 to lose nothing. So if we spend 6, our opponent can spend 4, and then they still lose the Cat's Cradle. Lots of NSG news this week. There is. Unfortunately, you don't see it. It gets buried on the front page. I think we'll talk about that in a second, but there's been a lot of great news. So Trojan horse for 4. I think we want to make this 7. And that leaves us on 2 credits. So we do trace 1, we pay 1 to get 4, we go to 5. And then we pay 2 more, it's trace 6, they can spend 4 to 2. So we have to spend 1 plus 3. So we spend 4 credits, we're on 5. On 4 credits, okay, hold on. So we do trace 7, they spend 4, they still lose their career period. Yeah, we'll just do trace 7, I believe. Because the most they can spend is 4, we'll trash their career period. For what it's worth, like, I don't even know if the career period is the most impactful one. There's a chance it's the hoard them. It's just like breaking this is really expensive. This at least lets them to get into HQ, and we can always swap the thimble to get the border control. They probably don't pay into this, and if they don't pay into this, like, we can consider taking down their Carmen, right? Like, they get some choices here. This is one of the more interesting trace cards where it's not just like more money win. It actually matters how much you spend. So it could be correct for them to actually spend some amount of money. Like in theory, they could at least spend 3 so we can't trash their Carmen. But if they also go down to 1 credit, if they spend 0, so we can trash any program. So we've seen 2 Carmens, we've seen 1 Boomerang, we've seen 2 Debrados, 1 Inside Job. So Kurapira obviously has the most upfront utility. I think I'm just going to go for Kurapira. But in theory, Hoard'em actually is how we lose. I just think we get Boomeranged and we lose this again. Huh, maybe it is actually, we just break, we trash the Cat's Cradle. Because we lose on R&D. Yeah, I'm just going to try not to lose on R&D. Because it's like, they have a 1 in 11 chance to win off of R&D on a single. We also have enough money where if they run archives on their mark, we can blow up their whole rig. And that will be a problem for them, because they won't have breakers. Sec testing's on archives. We didn't res on 3 credits. That kind of gives them a read that it's not like a tithe, which no surprise. But it could still be a border control that we can't afford. But Stavka is the bad one. Mutual favor, 2 of each breaker is why you do it. And now that's 2 clicks to get the Cat's Cradle down. And the thing is, like, also if you do this on this, you're showing us you have it, right? Like now I know you have it, so I'm not going to make a play where I push behind. Like now I know to ice R&D. So that's like a reason that also you want to be careful not doing that last click. We can top deck and win. We don't really have a good ice swap here. Okay, I think we just push that. We do Regolith and Stall Advance, and then if they beat Thimble Rig Archer on 2 credits, that seems really difficult. And also we can Thimble Rig into the border control. So we'll just do that. We'll install. We actually can, in theory, do... It's really goofy, but we actually can just do single advance, and then we can do Seamless Audacity. Sorry, no advances, we can do Seamless Audacity, which is really funny. But then that's weak to, like, any sort of disruption. We don't actually need 8 credits, do we? Let's do this as flashier. This might not be right. Shame that we're not getting our Regolith money here, but we'll just put this in the remote server. And next turn, if we have Seamless Audacity, we can score it out. Andre bullying Dave's students with Ob, SMH ban Ob. I don't, what do you mean? We're talking through the lines. Kat, I'm doing well. How you doing? You got any holiday stuff like you're excited for? We're traveling out to go see some family this weekend and then more family next week. And I'm really looking forward to it. It seems really nice. I don't get to see my folks that often. Ooh, build script. Cool. Is Gregory a Mr. Dave student? I don't know half those words, what they mean exactly. Cool. All right, they threw out a Swift, they threw out a Miss Bones. We didn't actually see, they threw out a Pinhole Threading, but we didn't get to see if they're on a Jchinyo deck. I haven't seen any multi-axis, which is the tricky thing to see what they're up to. All right, we can actually just score the Audacity out, but this seems more flashy. So we'll do this, we'll advance, and then we'll Audacity, and we'll score out 5 points. We could have just scored the points from hand, but this is technically more fun because we can trash. Good game. Hey, thanks for the game. Is it true that Canadians refer to hoodies as bunny hugs? No. I've never heard that. I think that might be like a prairies thing. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I want to be clear, like our opponent might be a newer player, and that makes sense, and that's really, really cool. When I talk about things that they do, like I want to be very obvious. I'm not trying to like dunk on them, but I just want to like point out things that, especially if they watch the replay, that they can maybe focus on, right? Like presenting your breakers as soon as possible is not a good thing to do in a lot of board states, because not only does it open you up to this sort of issue, but like you're spending money and you're showing us what you're capable of, and you actually want to obfuscate that for many, many reasons, right? Like just last click installing your Cat's Cradle. I know you have a Cat's Cradle, but also you only have 2 credits. So like it's now even harder for you to run the remote server through many different means. So a lot of times you just want to be a bit more like passive until you have to be forced to produce your breakers. That generally goes pretty far, especially because now as soon as you install your Carmen on turn 1, like now you have to break the 7 strength stop go or you lose your Carmen. So you're spending money just to spend more money so that you don't have to install your breaker, right? I'm always afraid to make jokes about Andre's opponents because they're always in chat. Yeah, it depends what like the jokes are. I don't think you want to dunk on our nice opponents. But yeah, if we're too harsh, just let us know. I'm messing with you. Your lines have helped me learn the game. Learn the game better. Thank you, Daria. I've never played Andre in stream and I'm always chat. Yeah, that's so true. We've never played a game, Cat, not even once. Hey, Gregory's back. Cool. Hey, welcome back. We're going to play the same deck list of the week. And we're going to do some deck building. I'm always in the chat. I appreciate it. Right? Like, a lot of people watch the stream too and never like participate in chat. And that's also like totally cool. Like, you can hang out. But then folks who take the time to be in chat is also really cool. Daria's never in the chat. Sometimes. Okay, so we now have a Thimble Rig for HQ, which is nice. We have Eminent into board control, and you saw how strong that is against Inside Job or Boomerang. Like, that slows things down. Spin Doctor is an okay flexibility start. We don't have a lot of money to res stuff, so we honestly might like extract a Spin Doctor if we have to. How's the new alt account going, Kat? The one you named after your favorite Kafka character? We'll keep this. I'm not always in the chat, but I'm always in the VOD. Ooh, nice. It'd be cool to play with Arella. Yo, Lucille, when you're watching VOD, do you watch the whole thing at once? Because you probably can't. It's just like, that's just it's a difficult thing to do with your day. I'm not expecting anyone to do that. But it's one thing that I want to keep in mind when you look at like VOD numbers, best of luck, have fun. Is like, I think the numbers are inflated because people watch them in chunks. And I think that is different like views. One sitting, the whole thing at 2x speed. Oh, okay, never mind. So the views are good. Andre, did I show you my new earrings? No. Did you make them or did you purchase them? All right, so we want to pull out the Eminent, but we don't want to do it on turn 1. I'm happy extracting an Arella. So I'm going to put in the remote server to bait out a pinhole potentially, or an aggressive early run, because this doesn't get trashed. And then on the next turn, we have flexibility whether we want to extract the Arella or whether we want to keep Arella around on top of the Eminent score, which is also fine. I'll show Andre later. Well, 4, twice, 2 earrings. They're incredible. Oh, I'm excited to see these earrings, Kat. Honestly, it's weird listening to you live. You talk so slow. All right, Lucille, we're going to all regret that comment when I start talking at 2x speed, which I think I can do. Have you noticed on YouTube, like on YouTube mobile, you can also do like 0.5 speed. Like you can do 1.05 speed, which I think is so silly. I worry when I record videos, I already talk too fast. So I kind of slow down. But I also do watch my stuff at 2x speed. I want to watch this at 2x speed, and it's going to be absolute nonsense. All right, we have 9 points in our deck that are safe, but we actually still have a lot of agendas. We have 9 agendas in our deck, but the SDSs can't go anywhere until they install a program. Cat showed me 4 times, two times per earring. Oh, Bravado. Okay, right. Click back. Okay, this is cool. So we can decide to res the border control, and then they get 1 fewer credit on the Bravado. This is interesting. Counterplay to Bravado, am I right? But we're just going to let this through because they can't trash the Arella. This is good aggression. I'm glad that they're running. You need to be doing that. I got really used to processing 2x speed Netrunner commentary. Yeah, me too. I watch most Netrunner at 2x speed. I just do. It's easier. You can watch more stuff. Feel like it's not having an eroding impact on my attention span. Like I still watch 1x speed stuff. All right, Sandstone off the top. So what are we doing here? If we do Eminent, we need to be able to res the border control. That's 4 credits. So, oh yeah, it's a wild one. One of the older FFG cards. Oh, technically newer. She doesn't show up too often. So that's Arella. Arella says if we score an agenda, we can install a card and put an advancement on it for free, which is nice. It doesn't have to be an advanceable card, so it can just be free ice. And then you also have like, you can grab a card with Malapert, and that's kind of fun. So here we can extract the Arella, which will cost us 5 credits, but give us 6 credits. So like, huh? But we get a 1 coster, which could easily be a Malapert, which Malapert, we'd probably get another extract, I imagine. Or we can go get a Tucana. I want to get a Tucana, that's the problem. But I think we should just rush an Eminent while we have it. We can do Spin Doctor start, hopefully draw into something we want to trash. Okay. So we have Mavirus into Eminent, which is expensive. Now we could put a Hoardem on R&D and just push out next turn. I think that's fine too. So we put a Hoardem on R&D. And then we can put them a virus on HQ, assuming they want run HQ. We can extract them a virus to go get a Tucana, but then we can't score Eminent the same turn. We can always just extract them a virus to get our first Regolith and then empty the Regolith, and that is our early aggression. Yeah, I will do. Gregory says hi, by the way. I think that's also okay. I'm not sure. We probably could be pushing out this Eminent pretty soon. I'm just a bit scared. I don't want to go overextend against Sable while we only have 5 credits. My friends are stalking me. I watch on mute just to admire Andre's rugged good looks. Thanks, Poglos. I think I got a slider on the web yesterday where I can modify the speed up to 0.001. 0.01. There has to be like an ideal speed for each different person you're watching on YouTube. Like, I'm really used to processing 2x speed. Never, I read that. Excuse me. It's fine. Kat says hi, Gregory. I realize that 2x speed is very difficult if you're not engaging, right? Like if you have your phone on and it has 2x speed and you're not like actively listening to it, it does give me a headache. Go Gregory! Greg run archives. There are 10 agendas on there. That's what Pogla says. Carrie says hi too. The ideal speed for me is 2.5, but nothing goes above 2. I'm just super used to 2. That is the thing, is like they peak it at 2, and I think it might be a data issue to some extent. But like if I could do 4, would I? And is this a healthy thing to be pursuing? Hey Jai, how's it going? How's your Thursday, or technically your Friday, right? I listened to all my lectures on 2. When I had lectures that were recorded, there was no speed manipulation tactics, I don't think. I think you had to listen to them at 1, which is fine. I'm healthy because I'm saving time. Yeah, I'm using that time in the gym, right? Yeah, you and me both. Oh, you can with browser extensions. Okay. I'll be really confused if I ever meet any of my profs IRL because they will seem so slow. When I had lectures, recording hadn't been invented. No, they could like etch your professor on a zoographoscope or whatever they're called. Oh, Gregory's deep in the tank typing, unless we DC'd. Hey, PMK, hope everyone's having a good day. I'm having a good day. It's been nice. I did some recording today, so we'll get a video up on Monday. But we're just off to pop off on holidays in a bit. It's like Rock Lee weight training, yep, before the Netrunner mind. We were all used to processing gameplay at 2x speed, so we finished our single-sided games in 20 minutes. That's the thing too, is like when I watch a bit of Hearthstone gameplay, and when I'm watching it at 2x speed, it like the game is at a speed that I find comfortable. And then when you watch or play real Hearthstone, it's like so slow, it is painful. But then I also think like, wow, these people are really good. They're making decisions really quickly. And then you realize not only is it twice as fast, but it's edited. Greg's milking his time. What's going on, Greg? Are you still there? I like Pokemon on 4x speed. I played a whole bunch of Game Boy. I never had a Game Boy, so I played a whole bunch of like Game Boy emulated, and then you had that speed up button. And for like, I don't know, certain RPGs or stuff. Yeah, for Pokemon, it seems pretty important. I'm a big James Gunn guy. Peacemaker is Go Telly. You're a big nerd, Jai. Peacemaker is the John Cena thing, right? Did we lose Gregory? What happened? I didn't know you're a big superhero guy. Hey, Navigator, they need to add the high speed squeaky voice as an option. Yo, real talk. So about the time the iPods are coming out, right? This is how well, I don't think they disconnected. They seem to be still here. Test. Like my message is going through. But at a point in time where, where iPods are coming out, there was a different, MP3 player called made from Zen. I'm making a huge mess here. This will be worth it. Ooh, I forgot about this. This is like Zen Jukebox Nomad. It was this thing. The front always fell off. But this thing was sick because it had a feature in which you could speed up or slow down your songs without changing the pitch. And it was just such a treat as a young little boy listening to your, what was I listening to at the time? Like, I'm forgetting the names of things now. What's the name of the guy with the song? Does anyone remember what I listened to when I was younger? Are you going to talk about the Zune? No, I had a Zune for like a week. I returned it. It wasn't that great. But you could like speed things up and slow it down. And it was just like the nicest feature. Honestly, it's like unlocking more music. You get your own versions of it. His internet got lost. Uh-oh. Andrew WK. No, it's not Andrew WK. He just told me, oh, Ferdinand, thank you. I think we'll hang out here for another minute before we get out. This thing seems to be older than me. It's like 2000 and copyright, warranty if void is broken. I need to get a new battery for this, but I got this off of eBay. No date, but I would imagine like 2004. But this thing was sick, 30 gigs. Like, it has a real hard drive on it because that's what they did back in the day. So if you dropped it, good luck. Peacemaker's the John Cena DC show. It's amazing. From Suicide Squad, right? Have you seen the lady who dips her nuggies in her soda while she's on the big stadium screen and the crowd goes wild? No, I don't think so. A couple Pokemon games where the health bar takes forever to go down. The Arella got them. I'm completely checking out superhero stuff. I turned out to be like a Marvel person, but like through card games and stuff. I haven't seen all the films or I don't watch the shows. 30 gigabytes in 2004. Yeah, you're telling me about it. Like, that was huge. This was massive. You don't need the front plate, it turns out. It was really good. I need to get this back and working. I think the battery's just cooked. All right, Gregory, unfortunately, I think we're going to call it in 30 seconds. How heavy is it? Relatively. Actually, no. It's lighter than my cell phone. I got like a big enough cell phone, but it's lighter than that. Yeah, I would say it's slightly lighter than my phone. So not that heavy, honestly. Hey, Pat. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Happy holidays coming up. Patrick's got good plans. Ain't no way that's that light. Come on. Creative Zen Nomad Jukebox. It's a prehistoric brick. It's mostly air. $50 pre-owned Canadian. This is you're getting good money. This came out in, there's no weight section on Wikipedia. We'll never know, but it's not that heavy. It honestly is like pretty good. Yeah, this is the one. You notice how the screen has fallen off in the picture. That's just a feature. It's just the way that they sell them. The screen just keeps coming off. This is the one. Yeah. 2004, 2014, they sold 25 million of these and nobody knows how heavy they are. There's literally no way of telling. Oh, hey. I'm on vacation till next year. I'll see you next year, Patrick. Why did you attach bricks to your cell phone? I kept losing it. Death Cab for Cutie was the band I was thinking of. I got there at the end. It's fine. Used to download TV shows, convert them to whatever the 2005 iPod video format was, and watch them on the train on the little screen. Yeah. I've done that before. That was a click for 2 credits or an 11 credits. Can we get a quick rendition of I'll Follow You Into the Dark? Honestly, you don't think I played that on guitar when I was a teenager? Yeah, of course I did. Unfortunately, my guitar has 5 strings on it right now, and it's not great. My Wi-Fi had the audacity not to Netrunner card to die on me. All right, Cascarel Chezo. Okay, so we're still pre-installing programs. This is rough. Like, you face check into a Stavka, you lose everything. You kind of want to avoid doing that. So here we have 2 options. Firstly, we can revirus for the money card and then get the money card. We're gonna have a Thimblerig issue, that's for sure. So we can extract the Mavirus. Technically, we have to do credit extract the Mavirus, which is a bit ugly. The other option is we don't credit extract the virus. We just Mavirus purge. And then we extract the regolith before it's done. I think I'm okay with that. This very likely they run HQ this turn and like knock something out for us. Death Cab is very you. Thank you. I was also like 13, but still pretty good band, I think. Extract Spin Doctor is fine. It's just click for 6 credits, thinking. And then on 6 credits, we're on 11. We can do Sandstone, push the Eminent. I think we're very fine with that. Yeah. We're going to have a money issue eventually, though. Maybe we'll okay, this is the slow line. I don't think I love this line, but we're going to go for it. I'm hoping Gregory isn't aggressive. And this is where like face checking without breakers is really impactful. Because here, I don't think Gregory can... Gregory probably shouldn't face check here with 2 programs installed. Dashboard. I liked Dashboard. I actually re-listened to Dashboard recently. Some of it's still really good. Some of it, not really great. Ooh, free archives. There was one album that someone put together that was a mix of Dashboard and there's the Carmen, okay, and a political rapper of some sort. Does somebody know what this album is? I forget the name of the rapper too. It's pretty good. Maybe you spend too much time playing versus net damage. Honestly, that can build some must install breakers ASAP habits. Yes, yeah, it can. Your habits sometimes can show. So here we can do Winchester on HQ because that's good. We can do Sandstone on server 1 to stack, unfortunately, barriers. That's not an insult. No, that's fine. I know what you said. And then next turn we can push the Eminent. We can also extract the Regolith for a 1-coster, which would be Tithe, just to get on Archives. That sounds fine too. So we could extract the Regolith, get a Tithe, install the Eminent, put the Sandstone in front of it. I actually like that a bit better. I think I like that a fair bit. Because we need to stop these free runs. So we'll do this on Archives. We'll put the Eminent in server 1 on top of the Arella, and then we'll Sandstone it. And then it's a 50-50 on HQ. That on Archives doesn't matter because of Chesva. Yeah, but it forces them to use the Chesva. Right? Like, then they can't get value running central servers. Like, if they just run Archives and nothing else, I'm still fine with it. You're right, but like, we have to put something on Archives sooner than later. Oh, imagine it's above the law. 2005 TV show and iPod screen, 2025 the entire Shrek movies and Discord GIF as your Steam Deck boot screen. Why not get Malapert? I don't know what we're going to grab with Malapert. I really do like having an ice on Archives because Gregory's economy hasn't been so strong. It's super run based. We already have Arella, so like we're going to do score the Eminent, get an Archer, push the SDS. Like, that's good. Admittedly, though, if we push the SDS and we got the Malapert, we'd grab a Seamless so we can actually score out the SDS the following turn. Yeah, Seamless and score SDs. Like, that's fine. I just don't think we need to rush that out. All right, we'll res the Thimble Rig here. Actually, should we? Gregory breaks it for free, but it gives us the ability to reposition it. This is an important 50-50. Oh, this is not an Axis. Yeah, we probably shouldn't have res this. You get a click back though, so it's fine. But now we can at least move the Thimble Rig onto R&D and then swap the Hortum, so it's slightly more expensive to rerun. We can also put the Sandstone on here, which I'm actually kind of fine with that. Because this is a security testing run. It's not an actual Axis. Cool. Thimble Rig's also really good into Inside Job, but if you have a breaker, it doesn't do anything. All right, tempo time. So Thimble Rig, where do we want it? We don't want it on our central servers, so I think this is fine. We could put it behind the border control. This is also fine, especially because they don't have Refractor yet. So we're going to score this. But before we do, we're going to res Arella. We're going to score Eminent. We're going to get our Eminent. We're going to get an Archer on server 1. And then we're going to install the SDS in server 1 with an advancement. We could top deck an Audacity or Seamless Launch to score it out. We'll see how it goes. Thimble Res is good because you can swap Archer between HQ and remote. Yeah, exactly. Let alone once we get a border control, we get the positionality of it. So resing Thimble Rig is really good. Also in op, like sometimes you just want to res your ice into like inside jobs and stuff like that, even if it doesn't matter because you have a thing you can extract. Like you want to extract things that are resed. That's really important. Gregory's playing like just a very, very honest deck. This legwork into HQ, like if we had an agenda, it probably goes into server 1. So it's not my favorite legwork. It's also just not going to connect if we don't want it to. Oh, never mind. Other option with Malapert is to get Rashida and use Arella to install it. That's good too, yeah. I think that's fine as well. Oh, it's all good. Oh yeah, sec testing. Sec testing on HQ would have eaten that. Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, this thing is the big replacer. Now, you don't technically have to pick a server if you don't want to. In theory, I think Gregory should have picked server 2 because you can always run the Spin Doctor and force us to use it. We will use it for free. And I do think actually forcing your opponent to use a Spin Doctor against Wayland is kind of impactful. I think now we'll res this just to keep out a clickless 2 credits. It does start ticking the stone down, but that's something. We just want to make sure that we get some money here, which we might not. Thimble Rig. Yes, we want to swap it at a minimum with the Archer so that we don't lose the inside job. That's not good. I think we advanced the SDS once. Click for credits. Norden Dawn Waiting Room. I worry that we think the name of the set is Dawn, that if NSG doesn't course correct us by like 3 months ago, we're going to keep calling it Dawn forever. But I'm with you. We have to remember this Hortum cost 5 credits. We did pay 3 for the Thimble Rig. Our economy here is bad. We should definitely start by drawing because we could get a hedge fund. We don't want to advance first. I'll draw once more. Okay, that extract is good. We can extract the Sandstone into nothing. We can extract. The extract should be good eventually. We can get the Winchester on HQ, but we're not really in a pressure. Like, we know that the legwork is coming through. If it is, it is. I'll just try and push that next turn, I think. You're going to wait a bit longer, I think. I think it's going to be March, right? So don't get too anxious about it. Now, scoring out this SDS is really cool. because it means that we can score at this SDS and potentially win the game. HQ is the mark. Cool. So I assume we're going to get the legwork across. So the legwork missing is incredibly important here. The last day of Q1. March. I don't know if it's 30 or 31. Yeah, there's the legwork. Okay. So we saw this coming. I'm not going to play around it as if we didn't see it. The sandstone now gets broken for 4 credits, 2 of them being Chesva. This is a pretty cheap legwork too. And you get the clickback. So we just have to hope this SDS misses. Envelopment, Winchester, SDS. It's always the last one. It's a good steal because now we only have 1 more SDS. So it's more likely that we're going to score 2 more agendas here. Losing the Chesva. Honestly, if you have 2 of each breakers, maybe the Chesva is what you want to keep because the Chesva makes the HQ run free. Running here, we can't actually res the Whoredom. It says we can, but we can't. Why does it say we can? I wonder if that button's just always there. We could decide to shuffle back in with the Spin Doctor. Are they going to deep dive us? I realize we've seen like no influence with that build script. They actually might deep dive us. We could lose this turn. Yeah, okay. It is what it is. Pogs is cheering for you, Gregory. I mean, how long was it before Tower got revealed to be called Rebellion Without Rehearsal? It was called Liberation 2 for such a long time. I think the name was like, maybe it was months before. I feel like it was delayed. Oh, okay, no deep dive. We have seen like, no, we've seen Nuka 2 for influence, so it's not triple deep dive, that's for sure. Okay. This causes you to be greedy sometimes. None of those were catchy names. Dawn is a really catchy name. So our question is, what do we trash here? We could easily trash the Kurapir, which protects HQ, but HQ is only soft tier to diversion of funds. If we don't have money, diversion of funds doesn't matter. So we can do this and then install the Winchester on HQ. That seems okay. Or we can put the Spin Doctor in server 1. That's also okay. I like Dawn. I think Dawn is a good name. I'm just going to go score this and bankrupt ourselves. So we will SDS drone deployment. We can trash the Cat's Cradle, which is okay. The Carmen, that's fine. The Kurapir seems the most annoying because HQ is the one server they can run really well. And now we can install a card. And this is install a card from HQ and advance it for free. So it's a nice way to get the Winchester on HQ. Eventually, next turn, we're going to probably use the Spin Doctor to put back in the, what's it called? The Econ card. And then we'll extract it once we have a couple more credits. Unless we top deck an agenda, which like, in theory, Gregory here should check the top of R&D. On the product page, it was Bell Tower. Yeah, it was Bell Tower. I didn't realize one was Bell and one was Tower. Have they announced when they were going to try another RAM tournament? No, they haven't. But like, RAM tournament was Cold Lava, who's in chat. It wasn't Null Signal Games. So if Null Signal Games wants to do more RAM, and they might. I thought RAM was a huge success. I think there's big conversations about like how to make RAM more interesting when it comes to rolling NSG cards. This is a click. Oh, it is technically, yeah, free. 2 credits. It's not bad. Oh, come on, give us a credit. They're also pretty sure we don't have an agenda. Not only did they legwork, but we didn't put something in the remote server. Here we could consider Spin Doctoring. There's still 7 points and 30 cards, so the density is pretty high. This is just like what happens to Op if you don't res R&D. But next turn, we're going to at least click for a couple credits, put the Malapert in the remote server so they might bite. But we have to get lucky here if they don't steal. All right, 3 out of mutual favor. Swap Thimby. We can put Thimblerig at least on R&D. That means they have to pay at least a Chesva to break it. That's better than nothing. Credit extract Trith for Rashida. Oh, actually, that's way better. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. I think that's much better. This is not doing too much. Cool. All right, Rashida in server 1. This might get pinholed. We know Gregory's on at least a pinhole. I'd be surprised if it was fewer than 2. It's really good with Swift and prepaid and Sable sometimes. Rolling Archives marked, max punished, but at least Chesva does something. This is where, like, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Like, I do actually like spending the Chesva credits because now running Cordum actually costs money. Immediately punished by Archives mark. Imagine it was HQ mark, right? I feel like this is a matchup where we'd be more upset about diversion. I'm sorry, Hermes than diversion. All right, if we res the Winchester, you have to break Winchester for like 5 credits. That's expensive. And then you break Sandstone for 3 credits. So you actually can't break all of this if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is 3 strength. So it's 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so you actually have to let one of these subroutines fire, which means we can dump our credits into them. I think this diversion is going to be interesting, but not perfect. So we'll see what happens. At minimum, you break this. Oh no, you have Chesva. You can do all of it. Never mind. But this is going to be kind of expensive. If we could waste our money here, we would. We can't. Unfortunately, Gregory gets a perfect diversion with Swift and Prepaid as well on exactly 5 credits. Bummer. Turned out good. Turned out quite good. Chesva good. It's hard to land a good diversion these days. If we had any sort of asset or upgrade that we could res to duck it, we would. We'd rather have the access there. And again, now there's still 7. Like every time we fire off, there's still 7 agendas and 28 cards on R&D. It's getting pretty absurd. 1 and 4. Yep. Yeah. Turns out we can't res that. Pinhole would be really nice. Yeah. If we'd totally lose to Pinhole here. Still nothing. Oof. Okay. It's hard to find the time, but like dealing with the spin doctor sooner than later means we can break R&D lock. In theory here, we can also break R&D lock by shuffling and looking for a -1. We're not going to do that. We could consider putting Thimble Rig in R&D. Honestly, we could. Just because it does something. Nah, we're going to jam in the remote server. We just want to grab an agenda and jam. Nah. Oh, fuck. That's bad. Oh, my friends, that's bad. That's really bad. So here we actually probably do Spin Doctor back for a 2-coster. And we get the 2-coster in the remote server by extracting the Sandstone. I think the Winchester is going to be broken for 5 every turn. That's at least 3 credits. We have to slightly play around. We can put the Malapert on HQ to make it look like a Chrysium if Gregory respects that. But we have to ice up R&D a bit better. A Gatekeeper would be pretty good. So I think we will. We can also like extract the Arella. Oh, one of Dave's students. Oh, cool. I get it now. It's all coming together. All right. Oh, whoops. Wops. Ooh, okay. We'll get back in the Rego, and I think we'll get back in the Mavirus for flexibility. The Purge doesn't matter. Or we can get the Extract because it's Extract. We'll probably just go for the Extract here. So I think we're going to extract the Sandstone to get the 2-coster from the Regolith, which goes in server 1. This can get pinholed, but it didn't. And then I think we're going to get an ice on R&D and an ice on HQ. Maybe we could have just got the Malapert there. If this goes down, we still got our 6 credits. We're still pretty weak to pinhole. Don't roll an Archives mark. Dang it. Gregory rolled another Archives mark. Okay. Yeah, beans. And this is so bad too because you can use the Chesva credits. It's fine. I still think it's going to be hard to beat the Archer boarding control server. So Gregory needs to get the money up. Good thing sec test didn't ending on Archives. That'd be a mistake. Okay, now you actually can't run unless you have 7 credits. Because Carmen is not going to be able to deal with 7 strength Stavka. So you have to be a bit respectful here before you face check if you don't have at least 7. Because we can start wiping breakers. In terms of breaker check, again, we know that we're running at least 2 of each breaker. This is the second Chesva, but we have backups of everything. I don't even think about Pinhole still counting as a run on Central Server. Oh, it's so good. It fires Prepaid, it fires Swift, it fires Sable, it fires Chesva. It's very, very, very good. Respecting ice is cringe. When you play Criminal, I don't know. You gotta respect some ice. That's why you don't install your breakers. You don't respect ice. I agree. I don't want to respect ice. This causes you to respect ice. But hey, it's also like turn 9. You should have breakers. Inside Job HQ, we're totally fine with this. Unless this is specifically a deep dive turn. If it's a deep dive turn, Gregory has 1 click here and a Swift. Yeah, this has to be deep dive. I think we lose this turn. The deck has still 7 agendas and 25, and Gregory's going to see 8 of the cards. We 100% lose here. We can't win. We know Gregory's on Estabrado. Like, it has to be a deep dive deck. We are just cooked. Maybe we need to get a boarding control. You can res and pop the boarding control. I don't know if it does enough, Alex. If we res this, we go down to 3. We pop the boarding control. Oh, we have to res the boarding control to force the Winchester. Oh, wait, he's only on 3 credits. Yeah, we res this for sure. I didn't realize he's only on 3 credits. Yeah. No credits to break Hordem. I think you're fine. We can't res Hordem. It costs 5 now. But he can't, yeah. This might not have been perfect. Yeah, he doesn't have enough money. We can't raise the Gatekeeper because of Cat's Cradle. And again, there's 7 agendas and 25. This is big op feelings. Oh, sec testing. Yeah, right. Okay. Sick. We've had a money issue. That was a really good pinhole. We need those 15 credits. I wonder if we should have just let the HQ run through and res the Gatekeeper because we needed the 3 cards. But I think Gatekeeper's going to be better on a different run. Credit career for Earthrise. Okay. So further away from forcing the deep dive. Here I do think we swap. No, we can't swap Hordem. We have to be able to res this. I mean, okay. So we can do credit. That's why you don't take the ice off archives, like I said. Slash J. Honestly, this is why it matters. Like, I honestly do think it matters to get something here for Sable. So I want to get up to 4 credits to force respect. I don't want to score this Eminent into Arella, but like in theory, if we score Eminent into a 3-2, we're okay. So I'll put the Spin Doctor on the table so that we can draw to get something good with Arella, and we'll go from there. Malapert for the Rashida recovery? I think Malapert was actually better there, but we would have grabbed Audacity. Yeah, we would have grabbed Audacity because we would be on game point, and there's still every 3-2 in the deck. Yeah, that was a better line, I think. This Eminent's probably fine because we can do Spin Doctor, Eminent, Jam, Arella, but we're going to have a money issue. At least we'll be on 1 credit next turn, which means we might be able to score out. Bravado R&D. The issue is like, we just lose so quickly to 6 and 24. It's still a 1 and 4. Oh, this is going to be so much money. Unless we res the Gatekeeper. If we res the Gatekeeper, it's 4 strength, and it will fire, and it denies 2 extra credits and a click. I feel like we have to do that. I feel like we're never going to financially recover from this, but I feel like we have to do this. This also adds some cards to hand, which we'd rather do, considering we're pretty sure it's a deep dive. We have one extract in the deck, which the Gatekeepers, we don't have that many 2-costers to get. Are you serious? Oh, that's so bad. We drew the Eminent and nothing else. You can go back. Hey, we still have an Archer in the deck. If we score this Eminent and get an Archer on R&D, that's really good. We just have to like recover. So I think we do. What do we even do here? Like just click 3, I guess. Like we don't have a play. We might not have wanted to res that. It turns out it would have been safe. Gregory still has like 700 credits. But yeah, when the corp's on 0, you're feeling pretty happy. Let me tell you, we can't even Audacity this Eminent. If the Eminent fires and we get an Archer on R&D, like we're in a good spot then. We might see an inside job. I guess we'd actually maybe put it on archives. That's pretty wild. Load bearing Regolith. Yo, Crowr, how's it going? Load bearing Regolith. For sure. Okay, that's good to have in hand, sort of, kind of. I think we click 3 here and discard 2 envelopments. We can click through and push the Malapert, but we still can't res it. Like, sorry, we can't score the Eminent. Regolith propping up a lot of corpse. It feels like Ob is the worst one. It's the worst offender. I don't know. On Tuesday when Ben Blum, they dropped in, they were like, yeah, just Mavirus for Regolith. If you don't, you're cooked. It's like, what? I do think this deck also could play 2 Regoliths and like 1 fewer hedge fund, maybe. But I need to get way more reps into this. We are like so close to losing off a single deep dive. The best thing we have is boarding control. Okay, I'm good with this run. We got to force some money out. I'm not that great with this run. We have to decide whether we want to lose the deep dive on this turn or not. All right, Kurapir charging. Winchester is going to be 5 credits. 3-click Beanstalk royalties. Okay, that's some money. We're just going to let this through, I think. Sandstone, great. We could still see a deep dive this turn. Gregory has 5 clicks. It's pretty wild. Beanstalk, how I miss you. You still have it. It's called Extract. Or the other one. Yeah, we're going to lose this turn for sure. If we pop the boarding control, it doesn't change that much. Actually, maybe it was right to pop the boarding control in hindsight. Because then he has to break the Winchester again. At least you have the SDS, yeah, but there's only 1 SDS left in the deck, actually. That's huge. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. There's 9 points in R&D. It's still going to be bad. Because, like, if Gregory finds 2 2-pointers, we're cooked. You have Ob trigger as well? Yeah, if we pop boarding control, getting a 3-coster. No, man, I'm more so regretting. Yeah, we might have wanted to get a 3-coster. We would have got a sandstone in archives. 6-cost sandstone, that's pretty good. If you're gonna spin it, you should do it before access. Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah, we will definitely do the spin now. Okay, we're back in it. We're back in it. All right, we have to probably spin back some agendas here, or non-agendas. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's what you want. That's what you want. That's what you want. So we just want to make the density of R&D as non-agenda heavy as possible. Something like that. Oh, there wasn't even an axis. Oh, I forgot that was a security testing. That wasn't even a real axis. Okay, we're getting a deep dove. We actually can get a double deep dive. There's no way we don't lose here. It's going to be like 3-click deep dive. Okay. That's only 6 points. Do you have the second deep dive? Yeah, that was really good that we drew at that many points. One more. Come on, Gregory, you got a second one, right? Gregory, you have to have 2. There's a chance we can see what the Gregory has an influence for 2 or not. I'm assuming because they're not ripping it, they don't have 2. Is this Ben's Ob? Yeah, Radish. It is the decks of the week. It is the Arella Ob. Super Ben deck. No! Okay. They got 1 deep dive. We have to play perfectly from this position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 1 agenda left in R&D. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 1 agenda in R&D. There are no agendas in R&D. There are literally 0 agendas in R&D. So how do we be cool about this one? How do you be cool here? Do you extract the gatekeeper for Regolith and be cool? Do we extract the gatekeeper onto HQ? We have no 2-cost dice left. Extract the Malapert? We could extract the Malapert into Spin Doctor. We'd have to do a credit though. We'd have to do Malapert, credit, extract. The thing is, like, I'm kind of happy holding all these points. The other option is just like scoring out with this with Eminent and putting in the remote server. Just Eminent Archer into HQ. Yeah, I like that better. I don't think Gregory's on Spin Doctor. And then we're on 0 credits, so we can't win. But it like feels good. Yeah. Ooh, boarding control is also fine too. Oh, we already have a boarding control. Why would we do that? Okay. We're gaming. We're gaming. Be cool, be cool, be cool. So we could top deck an Audacity and win. We could top deck a Seamless and win. We actually have 3 in 17 chance of winning on this board state. 3 in 17. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are no agendas in R&D. It's just 17 cards. Just 17 good cards. All stacked in a row. The Malapert felt like it would be pretty important in this game. Yeah, okay, you can make this run. You run this all you want. It's technically a clickless 2 credits. It's fine. I wish I could remove this advancement from Winchester because it is doing something to my vibe. Just that having that little 1 there. Oh, Gregory's not even going to see the seamless launch that we put on top of the deck. Come on, run back on R&D. It's where all the agendas are. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, Gregory's read the board state. Gregory's figured it out. Estebrado. All right. We might have actually wanted to put Thimble Rig somewhere. So you're still going to have to pay 5, and then we're going to boarding control, and then we're going to get the last sandstone on HQ, I think. We're fine. We're fine. Ish. We're fine-ish. Oh, the shuffles. So the seamless launch we put on top of the deck is no longer there. That's the worst part about this play. The Winchester counter is there for Isaac. I don't know if we have another sandstone. Oh, we do. That is fantastic news. I think Gregory's going for another deep dive. Wait, did an Earthrise happen this turn? Or is Gregory just reading the board state? Ooh. Top deck seamless, credit seamless. Top deck Audacity. If you grabbed Mav, now you've shuffled Audacity top. Yeah, you're right. You could get Regolith clickless if they didn't trash it. I don't think we need to get the Regolith and score it. I think we just need to like click for 3 credits. It's just as good. I'd rather have the ice because we lose to Vibrato inside job. Like Alex, I think we just need to get 1 credit and then we can win. Top deck Audacity or seamless 1 time. Ooh, this is a decision. Click to draw once. Yeah, we can click to draw once because if we draw Audacity or seamless, we can still click for credit. I think we're gonna leave this here. No. Top deck. Okay, click once. No. Credit. Right, the trashable and the Stopka seems the most impactful here. All right, Gregory, you got 1 more turn. You got 1 more turn to figure this out. 1 more turn. Your line is better, but less skateboard. Much less skateboard. Time in the round? No, but Gregory disconnected. We have a 5-minute extension. And then, hey, the time ended on my turn. Gregory gets 1 turn. I get 1 turn. Then I'm fine with that, the reality as well. You're definitely top decking seamless now. We're going to find like an 11th agenda. R&D is the mark. It's on sec testing though. Fine. We have a game of Netrunner. Estebrado HQ. Uh-oh. Oh no. All right, it's just little odds here. You just got to run the odds at this point. Just a good old 40% chance that we walk away and have maybe a potential W for this undefeated op deck. Just 40%. Greg, are you feeling lucky? Greg, are you feeling lucky here? Finding your Estebrado. I hate double inside job on central surface. It's not my, it's fine. Why is this in the game? Are we fine? Fuck. Hey, GG. That was probably it right there. That was, I have all the agendas in hand. 13 turns, 41 minutes. I had exploit too. Oh, cool. Just in case. I was convinced you were going to double deep dive. Yeah, exploit wouldn't have mattered. We would have won that turn. Unless you can exploit and then run the remote server. I was actually worried. I didn't want to say it out loud. I was worried that Gregory would just run the remote server because this probably is an agenda. And I think you just run this. Like, we can't res this. Ooh. They can get in the remote if they exploit the remote. Yeah, they'd have to exploit the remote and then get into this. I think credits might be tight, honestly, to do it. But yeah, maybe exploit wouldn't matter because you have a click left. Seamless on top. Not even close. We have 2 seamless, 1 Audacity. Yeah, we had some chances to get out there. Second deep dive was the second to last card in his deck. Yeah, it'd be that way. Yeah, there were on the turn you deep dived. I drew with spin and drew 4 points. You got all but 1 agenda in R&D on the dive. Yeah, that was the best case. No class act? No, it doesn't look like Gregory's playing class act. Gregory's playing build script and Nuka though. Like, I still think, especially with career fair, you won't play class act, but Gregory's also playing Earthrise. Maybe it's like what card pool is owned? I don't know. Oh, you can't re-res the thimble due to cat, so that works. Oh, I can't re-res this? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Gregory might still have the money to do it. Because, yeah. I would need to re-res this. Spin Doctor doing their work. Yeah, really good. Thanks for the games. Yeah, that feels bad. It feels like we were really rate limited by economy. And so the question is whether we were meant to pull out an Regolith sooner than later. Because we just run into issues where we just don't have money to play the game. Very, very close, though. Class Act is better than Earthrise? 100%. Yeah, I'd definitely play Class Act over Earthrise. It helps a heck of a lot into a lot of different things. The Thimble Ride down might be enough. Yeah, it might have been the 3 break, but I'm assuming that you de-res the Thimble Rig and the Archer, right? Like, Exploit is res 3 ice, not 3 ice on 3 different servers, I don't think. Yeah, so you can just de-res the thimble. Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. If we can't re-res it, which we can't, it costs 3. All right, let's do some news. We're gonna do some deck building. It's already 10. That's a weird sentence. Why would you plant that idea in people's minds? I think it's more about the HQ axis. Hey, Wanagon, how's it going? Hey, thanks again for the game. Yeah. It's gonna seem bad because I just lost to it, but I just do not like cards like this where it's like double inside job onto central servers. Like, what kind of game plan are you encouraging with this thing? It's like, I can't see this being healthy. And even like, I don't think it's good particularly, but it'll win games for sure. Good old Mercury support. Or if one was left over, if they let the gatekeeper fire. Yeah, if we left the gatekeeper fire, we probably had the way to get out there. Healthier than crew? I don't know if it's healthier than crew. Because crew actually forces you to expend resources and has counterplay. I think Devil Charm is its own problem, but whatever. All right, we got some news. Okay, Null Signal Games. I was maybe a bit annoyed earlier that some things that were important, like Worlds, got pushed down the screen. But now we're in the other way, where it's like these things are now stuck up here, and you can't tell that they're like their own, box that has dominance or whatever. So things are coming out and I'm not seeing them. Like I'll open up the Null Signal Games website and scan like, oh, standard ban list is still at the top, and then I'll just close the Null Signal Games website. I feel like that's not great. Like I wonder if this has to be like a banner or something else to make it be visible, but I'm missing new content is coming out. So let's talk about some new content. There's 2 things that came out here. What kind of game plan is that encouraging? Mercury? Yes, HQ, inside job turn 1, HQ. That's what it's encouraging. Hating on Estebrado while Fazarum exists, but Fazarum doesn't work on barriers. It forces you to install your stuff. It's not the same. It's not the same. All right. Hey, this came out. So we got an email a couple weeks ago, and we already purchased the kit for the district championship. So technically we knew what the prize support was, but then we said, don't tell anybody, which like, great. Nobody did that. But we now have the district championships, which are largely what regionals used to be. They are changing how the organized play works as of the upcoming year. I'm really excited. And so we see where they're announced, and you see the dates, and you see the prize support. So firstly, the district championship mat is an old Regenesis. I don't know the artist who does this Regenesis. It might be the only time they've made art for Null Signal. It's like very different. I spelled it wrong. Very different than a lot of the other art styles in the game. And it's quite nice. This is, oh no, Anthony Hutching does a bunch of stuff, right? Yeah, never mind. Okay. But this stood out as very specific. Oh, Anthony Hutching does great stuff. I didn't realize that was the same artist. I really, really like that art, and seeing it on a playmat is fantastic. So great choice for playmat, 10 out of 10. And then we get some altered cards. We don't see these in full art. Like we can't get high res, so we don't know all the details on this. The easier card to get is Spin Doctor, and you see somebody sitting in a chair with white hair, kind of an androgynous look, and holding like, I want to say lemur, but kind of looks like a badger. What animal is this? Check ABR prize tab. Oh, thank you, Croer. Always be running.net. I think it's about time that we got a Spin Doctor altar. I think it's a card that people want more copies of because it is incredibly ubiquitous. So that is incredible. Okay. Oh, it's all here. Nice. Thank you. Oh, let's not do that one first. So you get, okay, Regenesis playmat. It's Regenesis, but full art, quite good. I do like this sort of like all-terrain vehicle and the old mimics and some drones. Spin Doctor by Oliver Morit. What animal is that? It's like a mix of a badger and a lemur. It's a weasel. Something has been averted. There's also been a disaster. So the disaster has been averted, such as the Spin Doctor. Is it just a badger? Is it just a teacup badger? This is also notably a different looking character than the character that's portrayed on Spin Doctor, who's based off of a character from a British political comedy series. So this is cool that they went a different way. I don't think there's that many characters that show up looking 2 different ways on 2 different cards. Citation incredibly needed. But that is a very cool card. A nice art. We're also in space, which is cool. The other card, and this is really fun because this was being teased for a while, is that this is the SDS drone deployment, which is the other half of the staff card. We could actually see the hands or the spikes on the staff card, and it turns out the thing that's being hunted down is actually a Lobisoming, which is a very nice target to be destroyed by the SDS drone deployment. Also in the background, I don't think it's super obvious on the staff card. Those are tree lines, so the digital trees in the worlds of the Wayland Ice, and then these drones are very similar to the drones in some ways that show up on SDS drone deployment. It's a Rougarou. Yeah, it is technically a Rougarou. Cinderin, how's it going? That's great. Really, really nice. This actually has an alternate art version where there is this, which is casual legal tournament card version. It's on the back. I really like now that a lot of the null signal games organize play cards, at least a couple of the stuff that we got at Worlds this year. The back is being used for full arts, and then you can decide which way to sleeve it. One is for casual play only. They're very clear about that on the bottom, is that this is not a legal side. And why is this not a legal side? I don't think it has a clear text box. The fact that the points are in this like goofy, colorful burst, it's just like not as legible technically, so they give you the option, and I think that's quite fun. A Sega box, yeah, I guess it does look like a Sega box. I didn't have a Sega Genesis, but this does look like that, doesn't it? Like an old cartridge box. Took me so long to realize SDS is Scorpios. Holy shit, wait, it took me that long too. Wait, SDS is Scorpios Defense Systems. Nope, figured that out today. That is incredible. That is SDS. Holy crap. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, everyone's figured this. Wait, you did not know? I didn't know that. That's sick. Yeah, everyone's learning that. Thanks for dropping that in. It's intended to be a Master System box. Andre's learning the lore. Yeah, what's Ashes about? All these old heads are like, yeah, we had no idea. No, that's cool. The Scorpions doesn't show up on anything. The Hunter Seeker drones are also like similar to the drones on the SDS drone deployment. These have lights on them. They don't seem to be propelled, obviously. And then like the SDS drones are slightly different. First, the Ashes lore. Well, that honestly, oh no, these are very similar. They have like the light panels at the front. Yeah, they're the same drones. That's sick. Like legally, it can't be confirmed for copyright reasons. Yeah, 100%. But like, that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. That's sick. Anyways, that's great. That's really, really cool. Again, you can probably connect the arts together. I'm pretty sure that Julio Roca was commissioned to make one big art and they chopped it up into two arts, which we've seen before. Whether that's going to be confusing when you access these cards, I doubt it. That is one of the issues that you run into, but I think they're framed in such a way that shouldn't be a problem. Very, very cool. So these will be out soon. And then you can see where all of these are. And so they've been posted up here. We'll be running one in Montreal. The prize structure, you get a buy for a mega city. Mega cities are like nationals, so that's really important. Top fours were Genesis playmat. That's going to be hard to get. That is very hard to get. I think at regionals back in the days, top playmats were for the top eights back in FFG time. So this is just going to be slightly harder to get. It's also worth noting that they don't have boosted prize packs, right? Like when I bought the district championship, it didn't ask, do I want to pay more for a boosted and get twice as much prize support? This is as it is. I think we'll find out if these are too low numbers or not. Like I'm honestly kind of worried about this. Top 8 getting the SDS drone deployment alt art, that's not a lot of people, right? Like I'm actually kind of surprised how small that number is. And top 24 Spin Doctor alt art. It is not going to be uncommon that people are going to go to an event and not get a Spin Doctor alt art, which feels bad. Like I honestly, I know it's a problem, but I do think to some extent people should be rewarded to come out to events and get a participation prize, kind of, period. This is not like a millennial participation prize thing, but like it's kind of tricky here that I think a lot of folks are going to come out and get nothing if you have more than 24 people. These are going to be some rare prizes. Yeah, these are slightly more rare than I'd want. I actually think if we could get in more money to buy a boosted kit, I probably would consider buying a boosted kit just so we have more prizes. NSG, if that's a consideration, otherwise it wasn't when we bought the kit. These are kind of getting smaller. Gonna win 3 districts, get 3 buys and one mega city. The connected arts are on the CBI playmat. I have to carefully obscure the SDS art as it wasn't out yet. Oh, whoa. I'm gonna try and run 6 out of the 9 UK districts, so hopefully catch some roll downs even if I don't do well. Yeah, that is the one thing, is like you are going to get people who may have their spin doctors already and go to 2 events and then be like they'll pass them down, but people still just want multiple spin doctors because they have multiple spin doctors and multiple decks. So that's a tricky one to deal with. We'll see how much of a pain this is, but I'm expecting that to be a slight pain. Like I imagine if I'm running a district championship, I will have to produce alternate art or like extra prize support to feel like people are getting their money's worth to some extent. This is the rule. I still don't like this rule for what it's worth. We ran into this problem last weekend where we had an 8-player event and it was almost the first and second player person with no top cut had a buy and we would have lost the buy. I do not like it. It put me in a situation where I was considered conceding my final games just so someone could win a buy. Again, this is a new policy that came out a couple weeks ago. As of next year, I'm not a big fan of this. I think it causes some awkward situations. And then they see where the events are, which is great. So there's always going to be an online one hosted in the 8-pack championship, so that's cool. There's always some accessibility there. In Australia, you got 6 in different places. I know how to pronounce these great. There's one in Wuhan, which is cool, one in Hong Kong and Tokyo as well, in Christchurch in New Zealand, and Mandaluyong in the Philippines, and Singapore. In EMEA, there's an online one. There's one for every region. And then in Wien, that's Vienna, and Ghent, and Brno, and Tampere, and Paris, and Toulouse, and then a whole bunch in Germany, and Cologne, and München, and Würzburg, and Dublin, and Tel Aviv, in Italy, in Amsterdam, and Poland, and the Russian Federation, in Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, and a whole bunch in the United Kingdom. Welcome to my part of the world, the Americas, where we also have an online district championship. Canada, we have 5. Honestly, I thought we'd have more than that. I really do. Canada's pretty big geographically. We're running this one. Gatineau is, for those who don't know geography too well, that's basically what Ottawa is. Ottawa and Gatineau are next to each other. Technically, Gatineau is on the Quebec side, but if you don't know where Gatineau is and you know where Ottawa is, you know where Gatineau is. Toronto, Vancouver, and Calgary. So nothing in Winnipeg. The US has a whole bunch too, so you can see where they are. I'm not going to read through these. I think for Montreal, I was hoping that we'd get one in like New Hampshire or Vermont. There isn't. So the closest ones for us are like Cambridge, well, outside of like going to Toronto and Gatineau, which we definitely will, are like going to Cambridge. And technically this is probably not going to be Brooklyn. I've been told that this is more likely going to be Manhattan, not Brooklyn, but it will be in like New York City. And then I think those are the closest two: Cambridge, Brooklyn. Pittsburgh is like pretty far away from where I am. But we used to have ones where like you could drive 2 hours and go to New Hampshire or not Maine, but New Hampshire or Vermont. We don't have those anymore. Would this rule feel better if it was top 4 with no cut? Because currently it incentivizes running a cut even for tiny tournaments. Yeah, I think so. I really think so. Also, for people who are running districts, are you doing a 2-day event or are you trying to do it in 1 day? Like, I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do if you make it a 2-day event with a top cut and you come back, or whether people are expecting it to be done in a single day, which is what regionals were back like in FFG, where the morning to afternoon, and then you did a like top 4, top 8 very quickly, and you go late. I'm not sure. New Jersey isn't real? Oh yeah, and there's New Jersey. Excuse me, I forgot about New Jersey. New Jersey is an important one. I don't know where Somerset is in New Jersey, but New Jersey is probably going to be as close as Brooklyn and Cambridge. Sorry, Daria. I know you're probably running that one. In Spokane? I reckon on the West Coast, yeah, there's a whole bunch in Washington, so it's probably easy to go across the border for all the folks in Vancouver, and they travel a lot on the West Coast. It's a lot easier. Coming down to New Jersey, yeah, I probably should. Just make the final round a top N cut of all players. Yeah, I already got a bunch of extra prize stuff in the pipeline for mine. Yeah, I think that has to happen. Being from New Hampshire, I have Cambridge and Montreal. Yeah, it's not the easiest, but we'll make it work. For what it's worth, too, I know a lot of the organizers who are from my part of town, or my part of Canada, America. We have a conversation, so we're very specifically going out the way to make sure we're not doing 2 events that are within relative driving distance or travel distance on the same weekend. So we're going to make an effort to do that. So we'll try and spread them out. So keep that in mind. We just posted in TO's Discord allowing single elimination cuts to better accommodate 1-day events. Okay, cool. Crow, I got to look into that because I'm not sure what people are going to do on average. Probably want to do a 1-day event, I'm guessing, because it's hard to do 2 days. I find it funny because there isn't a city in New Jersey called Somerset. It's the county. Oh, for real. Somerset County, New Jersey. I'm going to talk to the store and try to do 1 day. Yeah, I think we're going to try and do 1 day as well. It's only for districts and below. To be clear, at this point, MCs and up require double elimination. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, Crow. That makes sense. I'm down with that. It's just like the regionals in the UK this year all did like single elimination 1-day tournaments. And while I'm not the biggest fan of single elimination because it's just like bad side roll is bad, it does incentivize you to come in first place so that you can pick, or a higher seed in Swiss because you can pick up your matchup. Anyways, that's exciting. This is starting really soon. Like the events are as of January to, I think you have to finish them by the end of April, if I'm not mistaken. Citation slightly needed. So these events can be starting like technically within a couple weeks. For what it's worth, I know our organized play kits are not sent out through Canada Post, and Canada Post is slightly back on track. We technically got some mail. They've been forced back to work after striking for a bit. I actually got some Netrunner mail. Have you seen the Your Digital Life alt art? Hold on. How do I put this up? But I'm going to wait until I have the actual stuff before Canada Post goes on strike again. So Tag Mill, this is Zoe's, and there's another name associated, but this is queer-owned, female-led independent print studio. Our bespoke stickers, alt arts, and print arts reflect diversity and spirit of fun. So this is in the UK, and they do a lot of Netrunner art. You've probably seen a whole bunch of their stickers and arts if you're at Worlds. And one of the things that they did, Maddie got this as a little present for me for Christmas. She didn't think it would come in the mail, and it did. I want to see, where are the alt arts? This is one of my favorite alt arts, just in general, and has a really funny story behind it if you don't know. A bunch of these, I know I saw a lot of these at Worlds, like the color graded ones. This has a really fun story about it. I might have shouted this out. I can't open it. Can I zoom in? I can zoom in slightly. Okay, enhance. So this alt art is so funny. The story is the one on the left was the one that was originally printed, and it's just such a good alt art, right? Your digital life is nice and colorful. You see a lot of incoming and outgoing phone calls from characters throughout the history of Netrunner. Lil Lily, that's Lily Lockwell, the Holoman, Drago Ivanov, Vicky J, that is Vicky. Who's Vicky J? Is that Victoria Jenkins? You have Jackson Howard. You have Lizzie Mills. Just really fun. And it says Operation Transaction. Gain 1 credit for each card in HQ. Cuties climb the corporate ladder. C rows. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. This is great. All the like little app icons are just really fun. I miss Vicky J. Now, the problem with this card is that it is technically not tournament legal. And from my understanding, this came up during Cascadia this year, where this was flagged as not being a tournament legal alt art at a competitive level. And that was a competitive tournament because I think it violates a couple things. Firstly, the card text is embedded within the art. Technically, that is a problem. You have to make it very clear the distinction between the legal card text and the flavor text. And also, I think the influence pips, there's like maybe some small stuff that this was a problem. So as a response, a very cheeky response, this card got printed with this on one side and then the really drab Your Digital Life on the other side that made it a legal alt art, and now it's in gray and it's kind of sad. Memo from corporate: employees are allowed a maximum of 1 personal photograph per cubicle and should keep tech boxes clearly demarcated from card art. You actually get phone calls now from the alt art police and Cascadia HQ, and it's really sad. Just such a funny tongue-in-cheek reference. I think this is at Whiteblade, who was involved into this, but I think he thinks it's also really damn funny. So the fact that this is a 2-sided art is just like so great. So you can choose to be competitive, legal, and dreary, or very happy and colorful and fun. It's just so funny. It's really good sense of humor. A big issue with the original is contrast ratio is hard to read from across the table. Oh, okay, cool. That makes sense. And now the contrast is much harder on this. The influence pips are still very confusing. Oh, the influence pips on the printed card and the preview card are different. The influence pips are actually, I think, proper on the real card. I think that was feedback that was received, that the influence pips here are not obvious which ones are highlighted and not highlighted, but the actual printing of the card has the influence pips fixed. Because I agree. I think the influence pips are not easy to read on the right side. Anyways, genuinely just one of my favorite alt arts. It's such a nice artifact, and it was a nice gift from Maddie that actually ended up coming in the mail. She was like, I don't think it's going to come in, so I'm going to tell you what it is anyways. And then it just showed up. Very, very clever. I love the new idea of having a legal and illegal side. Yeah, and also for what's worth, like Null Signal Games just technically did that with one of their cards as well. It's so funny. I didn't know it got updated. Yeah, so you choose which side you want to play on. Technically, if it's a competitive tournament, you have to play the sad side. It's raining outside. Anyways, that's 10 out of 10. I'll put a link to the Tag Mill. They do some great stuff. You can find all this sort of stuff here. There's some nice prints too, and stickers and stuff. I do have one of their credit stickers, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I think we have some time. The Tag Mill DJ Fenris with the vinyl records is so cool. Oh, I don't know if I've seen that. How's it going? Oh, yo, Nick, what's up? Buon Nuvo. Yeah, we're talking about your some of your altered stuff with the last kit. I didn't realize everything was up in high res up on Always Be Running, which is great. All right, let's do some deck building. Oh no, hold on really quickly. Focus on off meta, restart format. Lucille, I haven't read this, but this weekend is Restart on the 21st. It's just on Saturday. And it's a really cool off meta format in which folks basically get to pick their own card pool and play a startup type tournament. So you can build, I think, separate decks for the Corp and the Runner. You can pick different pools. And it's seems really, really cool. I think like people have fond memories of certain startup eras and they can just recreate those. And so Lucille put there an article. I haven't read this just yet. I will read this before Saturday. Unfortunately, I can't participate on Saturday. I'm doing a Christmas thing with some family, but I'm very excited to watch the VOD, and I think this is going to be great. This is the outgoing 24/9 ban list. I have erred on the side of caution and decided to adopt the 24/9 standard ban list for this event. Whoa. So Trickshot, Reality Plus, and Luminal will be legal, not the 24/12 list. Oh, that's really cool. I think it could be very interesting to attempt to balance the Restart format, though, particularly set combination bans. For example, saying Cyberdeck Sandbox is banned if and only if you take Midnight Sun. There are a lot of possibilities to explore. I look forward to seeing people at the event. We'll be starting registration and the player meeting at 10 a.m. GMT on the Netrunner event Discord hub server, and we'll be playing 6 to 7 rounds of single-sided Swiss with a top cut 4. It'll be up on YouTube and Twitch channels. Important notes: 24/9 ban list, not the new one. That's really cool. So you can choose your Corp and Runner pool. Again, I didn't explain exactly how this works, but you always get System Gateway and I think System Update, but then you have to pick a cycle. No, that might not be right. I should just probably read the article and it'll be very clear. Cool. Boatzeki and Drago R plus send it. You can do it. No, they're on the ban list. I don't think you can do it. I'm not sure if you can do it. I don't know if you can play Gold Farmer and Engram Flesh, assuming we're respecting a standard ban list. Very cool. I think it's really cool. I do think that's like a big thing that I was also really excited about watching old people playing old Eclipse decks is like there is a whole bunch of cards that didn't see play together in formats, whether it's old FFG cards and modern NSG cards. Mind you, this will be, if I'm not mistaken, only NSG cards. But just seeing some of those old cards work together is quite fun. You always get System Gateway and System Update 2021. Then you choose one cycle. So that is 2 sets. And then you also get to pick 1 set. Thank you, Lucille. This is this Saturday. Get involved. I believe there's no entry fee, so you could just dive in, do some deck building ahead of time, and play some games. It's gonna be really fun. Off Meta Month has been really, really cool. No nanny, Civic Grid. Game over. Hey, Haver. All right, let's do some deck building. It's 10. Hey, I'm really, man, Thursday streams when we only get like 2 hours and 45 minutes where we do the deck list of the week, we do news, and then we have like an hour and a half to build a deck and figure it out. Like it. See you on Tuesdays. Can I sneak on one more bit of non-SG but Netrunner related news? Yeah, totally. NBN's pretty bad right now, right? Let's try and play NBN Fast Advance as if it's like 2017 sort of 15. I think we're playing Epiphany. Like I think we're gonna do Epiphany Fast Advance, but not Holloman. This is what we're gonna do today. And I want to play, okay, the other option is we can play Pravdivost, and then we can do Pravdivost with Business as Usual and the Vladisibirsk City Grid. Did we shout out the LARP stuff already? No, I didn't really follow that. I know people made LARP decks and had a LARP event. I think NBN is fine, except yes to Trap Prov. I don't like Trap Prov. What I want to do is the interaction I want to try. There's 2 interactions I want to try, okay? First interaction is just play more Epiphany because it's kind of fun. And then top deck things on top of Sand City Grid and Fast Events out. That seems kind of fun. The fact that you can top rope Stoke the Embers on top of a Sand City Grid, that works. The other thing I want to do is just play more of the Vladisibirsk City Grid, which I'm pretty sure is a pretty good card. And the runner has to trash this. You can advance it. And also with Vladisibirsk City Grid and 3/2s, of which NBN very much, oh no, they still have Tomorrow's Headline. I thought Tomorrow's Headline is still in the game. But if you play Vladisibirsk City Grid, which with 2 advancement counters allows you to move those 2 advancement counters, and then you play Business as Usual, you can actually use this to fast advance 3/2s and sometimes 4/2s when it comes to Epiphany. Specifically Stoke the Embers, because you spend 1 click to put 2 advancements on 2 different cards, which means you can put 1 on the Vlad grid and then 1 on the agenda itself, and then you can fast advance 3/2s relatively cheaply. And I think that is a combination I have not seen explored too much. I think there's a moment where that was happening in op inconsistently, but that's mostly it. Lucille saying, we are on track to release the first alpha bit of Netrunner online in January, which will feature System Gateway basic tutorial decks. There's a form to apply to join testing in GLC in hash tools development. Oh, sick. For those who don't know, NRO is another platform, a client to play Netrunner in your browser. If I'm not mistaken, Lucille, correct me, that Lucille's been working on for a while. So it looks like there should be an alpha build up in, what's it called? January. That's pretty cool. Hey, VT, rare occasion for me to catch you live. I just want to reiterate that you're treasure, Andrea. That's very kind, VT. Welcome live. Thank you for the kind words. Hopefully you're doing well. All right, let's try and do something. So the reason why we play Prov is that Vladisibirsk is slightly easier to use. I think that's something that can be fine. I think we're going to start with Epiphany and see how bad things get and then go from there. But I do want to try this interaction a fair bit and we'll give it an honest shot. So a standard collection. And so we want to play Pravdivost. No, wow, almost went to Pravdivost. We're going to play Shipment from Vladisibirsk. Nope, one more time. We're going to play Vladisibirsk City Grid. Now this thing, if we double advance it or single advancement, our opponent has to trash it for 4 credits. That's nice. That means that it will fire Epiphany. If this is on the table, our opponent probably has to trash it, which means that's pretty good for us. So we're going to play 3 copies of it, which is a bit much, I know, but we'll work with that. We'll play 3 copies of Business as Usual because it is the card that we want to do our thing with. And then we'll play some copies of Mesna Chesvo because Mesna Chesvo also can get some errant advancements. That's not bad. Is there anything else on NBN we want to do that we want to advance on the table? Cohort Guidance. I'm worried that we're going to end up building the Cohort Guidance like Holloman Restore deck. I do think we probably can still play Cohort Restore. Oh yeah, Cohort's great. Cohort just works with the deck. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's just we can put them on the Vlad grid. That's sick. Yeah, wait, Cohort on Vlad grid's really, really good. It means we can fast advance while not risking anything. That's kind of sick. Browser, desktop, and tablets. Whoa, Alpha will probably just be a build for Windows 10 and 11 though. Oh, very, very, very cool. Get some tags and psychographics. I don't know if we're going to get some tags. I don't know if we can afford some tags, I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever put tags in Epiphany deck because it's been really, really difficult. Reversed accounts. Maybe a bridge too far. We'll find out. We'll do Spin Doctors. We have to build an agenda suite, and we want an agenda suite that is as 3-2 heavy as we can make it with some 4-2 support. So the way that we're going to do that, if you ask me, is we're going to play Project Beals, because I guess it's a 3-2. We can fast advance. That's fine. We're definitely going to play Powers That Be. We'll play 2. We're going to be playing the Tomorrow's Headline because it's a 3-2. It has text on it. That's kind of nice. And then we're going to be playing, what's it called? The card that you always top deck and you hate that you draw this, Stoke the Embers. Because if this comes off the top of the deck, you can fast advance pretty easy with Vladisibirsk Grid, which is great. Tree line's decent. Stoke is kind of good here. Yeah, Stoke is really, really good here. That's exactly why we want to build the deck around. Now, the other cards from this point forward, I think we could consider, yeah, actually, maybe Tree line's fine. Tree line's probably fine. You're right. Are we making that open forum deck? Not exactly. I technically like that deck without open forum. I think it's quite fun, like the Restore Holloman deck, but we're not going to play Holloman, so I don't think we're going to worry about it. The other thing that we can play is the one with the castle on it, Remastered Edition. Oh yeah, we're not playing Prov. We're playing Epiphany. We want to go a bit faster. We have some must trashes, so I'm hoping that's okay. You could play this in Prov. Not so jazzed about Prov making your ice just bigger over time. It just doesn't feel like a thing I'm excited to do. But Remastered Edition is technically a free counter at instant speed, which gives us a fair bit of flexibility. So if we do that, we technically have 10 agendas, of which we have to score 4, which is actually mega cursed because we don't want to do that. So it serves us to probably play some amount of 1-pointers. So we could just play some post-truth dividends and say like that's tempo with Powers That Be. And technically it is tempo with Powers That Be. Oh, otherwise we can also play, there's another 2-1 in, don't we have a bunch of 2-1s in I don't know what is the search syntax for advancements? Oh, we've lost every agenda. Ares is fine. The problem with Ares is we want them to trash our stuff, right? Like we sort of want them to trash our stuff. I think we could do it. Post-truth? That is, I thought there was another 2-1. I might be making that up. Because post-truth is one of them. Okay, there's Oracle, there's License. That's not it. It's just post-truth. Why did I think NBN has a multiple 2-1s? What world am I living in? I'm in a made-up world. A made-up world I'm living in. Pop 2 Seamless. Yeah, Seamless is actually really good too. Seamless lets us advance our Vlad grid. So we can score our 3-2s. Maybe we do score our 3-1s. Maybe we do play AR Enhanced Security. 15 minutes can be legal again. It was last weekend. It was kind of nice. I don't want to play only 2-pointers. I think we should play a 2-1 just to be really cheeky. So maybe we'll play 2 post-truth and then 1 fewer Remastered Edition. And that means even like playing 1-pointers makes sense in Epiphany because there's more targets that our opponent can accidentally give us a power counter, which is good. All right, let's try and build the rest of the owl. So we'll play Rashida's. We'll get an ice suite together. What other assets do we want to play? So federal fundraising is really good because then we have information on what's on top of our deck, and that's fine. I'm not the biggest fan of balanced coverage. It's just a bit fiddly. Amani, yeah, we could play Amani. Amani's like just going to be some amount of forward tempo that'll slow them down. That's okay. We're not building a prison deck. We're slowly building a prison deck. Hearts and Minds. I don't know if we want to play Hearts and Minds. It's a lot of influence and they'll just trash it. This is just like bad cohort. Actually, no, it's pretty good in our deck, honestly. Oh, it's pretty good. Hearts and Minds is pretty good. Prison decks are fun. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's just enough. Let's say that's enough. We could play like Wage Workers and Prototype. We're going to need some more ice in the deck. Operations, we have no money. What do we want to play for money? We could always play 1 copy of, in theory, 1 copy of Commandment on a minimum sounds kind of nice because when we're on threat, we can clicklessly play business as usual. And that actually technically is fast advance. Clicklessly playing a business as usual is sick fast advance tech. Don't let anybody tell you any different. So we'll play at least 1 sudden Commandment. That'll fix everything. We'll play 3 hedge funds just to get some money in there. Yodel, yeah, maybe actually we could play Your Digital Life and then with Rashida and Planogram, that can be something. I never know what copies of these sort of cards we should play, but with like technically federal fundraising as card draw, Rashida's card draw, this might be okay. Regoliths, we're definitely going to need a load-bearing Regolith. Why does it let us add Regenesis to our deck? Hey, Kevs, we're trying to play like a fast advance NBN and see how that goes. In theory, this deck also wants to play Arella to some extent. I don't know how easy that's going to be. And now, like, what do we play? 4 ice? I feel like we have to make some... We probably have to play slightly more ice than 4 ice. So we're going to have to cut some cards for sure. What ice are we playing? So what's really good right now? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what runners we're running into. I feel like we're going to lose all their stuff. I believe this is an NEH deck. It probably can easily be, but Stoke the Embers won't work in NEH. And that is like the deck gets like 40% cooler, less cool. It becomes very much less cool. So what's good in NBN Ice? What is good NBN Ice? Is NBN Ice good? We play ping because we play planogram. F2P is like kind of annoying. Cat, what's the ice suite in like a bouncy NEH deck look like? It's like F2P, Mesney, ping, VSA, I guess. Like VSA is annoying. I actually really like pop-up window. I honestly am. I'm on board with a deck that doesn't have an economy having pop-up windows. It all circles back to tags. Well, no, it's just a cheap end to run. F2P, VSA, Enigma. Ooh, Starlit Knight. Okay, Starlit Knight's a bridge too far. Turnpike, VSA is better Turnpike. Don't think about it too much. F2P, ping, Enigma. Enigma's good, but we have Mesney, so that's our expensive. We'll just play one fewer because it's too much money. Yeah, Mess is fine if we're wealthy. Ideally, we're wealthy enough. Okay, we're at 51 cards. We have some influence left over. So all we want to do is get something on our remote server and then put a Vlad grid in front of it. That's an idea. Now, advancing this is going to be expensive. Is there any way to make advancing cheaper? Wraparound. I honestly think there's a chance that Wraparound is better than ping if we're expecting people to be playing AI breakers and what's it called? Aquaceris crew. Someone at our locals was playing 3x free lunch and Dan was a miserable. The card does not make any sense. It's miserable because it cares about paid abilities, but you break it for 2 credits. Unless they're playing game net. But like it's a free break for 2 credits on 3. It doesn't make any sense. Vasilisa. Ooh, Vasilisa is like kind of fun. That's like kind of what our deck wants to do. This is how you end up playing not playing Prav. Seamless does let you FA 3-1 and 3. Yeah, I wanted to play Seamless. I think it's our last 2 influence. It's so not a free break for 2. It is. Isn't that all it does? The runner loses a credit, which means you break this for 2 credits. You can go clickless advances onto the Mesney grid. Yeah, I like this. Now, fortunately, we have 56 cards. I'm assuming we have too much ice, so I'm just going to cut this. I think there's a chance F2P is the same as Vasilisa. Imagine you're cred perfect for a run and then you're just dead. But Daria, I think it's an accounting issue. Right? Like every time that you go through free lunch, all you do is you take 2 credits in your credit pool and you just push them off the table. Like you just separate them and just imagine you've lost them right away. If you're getting yourself into a situation where you're trying to spend money you don't have, you've made a mistake. Like just spend those 2 credits. Just put them into a second pile and say that's not my credit pool. Except in an emergency, you can use those. If you play very quickly before they can catch you and you can play your sure gamble. But just pretend that you lose 2 credits. Just move them out of your credit pool. It's totally fine. It's just 2 credit ice for 3. It doesn't make sense. Okay. What do we cut? Amani? I'm thinking about it. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ice. I wish we played fewer agendas. Maybe we should play some 3-pointers. I'm going to make free lunch work to convince you. I'm not going to be excited to see it, but I'm excited that we're trying something. Oh, that's fun. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ice is fine. Let's cut 3 cards. Is that just any paid ability window? Yep. Yeah, you can use these in, not these. You can use these in any paid ability window. Nah, Andre is right. This is what it is. Just lose the 2 credits. Pretend it's pop-up window. This says lose 2. And then just don't make a misplay. Just don't misplay it. Just put them, flip the credits upside down and say that you don't have them. If free lunch hits you, you weren't credit perfect. Sort of. Is Regolith needed? Yes, because we have no way of making money. And also this is a card that goads them into trashing things, which is nice. So that's cool. That's like kind of neat. We probably do end up cutting the Sun Commandment. It's so cool. Can we run like econ cards? Yeah, it's called Regolith, Rashida, Cohort. It's really good. I think tiered subscription is kind of a nothing burger of a card. It's like, do you want to make 1 credit? And then they batch trash 3 resources. You like it? Cat, because you said it, I'll play it. But otherwise I won't. I just don't think this does anything. It's such a bad slot. It's like gain a credit. I don't know. And then you have to pre-res it. Like that's the worst thing. You have to pre-res it. Like imagine putting 3 assets on the table and you res a tiered subscription. It's like fantastic. You just solved so much of my decision space. Yeah, and NEH is much better because it replaces itself. That's for sure. And Cat does play NEH. I just don't want to res my stuff at their start of their turn to get any value. It feels so bad to me. I don't know. I could be wrong about it, but like I don't think I've ever been impressed with it. It's like good in a game where the runner's losing, where they can't deal with it. I just like not being poor. You and me both. That's why we played 2 planet guys. That's why we play pop-up windows. All right, let's cut an econ card. I know what to get an NEHFA deck cooking, but then why not just be a sports metal baby? Because you can't play the NBN card pool. With sports metal ability would be really good. Okay, I'm actually going to cut a money. I'm going to not be prison. I'm going to choose to not be prison. Let's see what this draw's like. This is a sick opening. We do these 3. Rashida always survives. Okay, so what does business as usual do for us? Honestly, nothing. We need 3 Messna Chesso. Huh. Tier subscription is just a pop-up window that works on every server? Yeah, but once. Okay, hold on. So we're at 50 cards. We have to deal with that. Bless you. So if we open with this, we can put a cohort. We can put a pop-up window in front of it, put a powers on the table. I honestly don't know what we're doing. If cohort fires, we will trash the stoke and draw. And then draw. Oh, wow, this looks really bad. We're drawing a lot of agendas with no plan to do anything with them. Wait, what do you do with this many 2-pointers? This is terrible. Just run reverse accounts and make the runner poor? I don't know if that's worth anything. Like, it's slots. You're right that like reversed accounts is the way to use the business as usual click, but I'm not sure that this is a plan. Okay, this is a play, right? We can like, wow, we'd really want to be NEH, don't we? Can I just trash everything and nothing bad happens to me? No. We get epiphany counters. Wendigon, don't encourage that sort of behavior. No, we get epiphany counters. You lose to those, right? Right? Put in 5-3s and figure out a way to FA them. Yeah, there's a chance, honestly. There's a chance. But like, what 5-3s are we putting? What 5-3s would we be excited to put in here? Like, Beal's in theory a 5-2. Time to rework the agenda suite. Yeah, I think we don't want to be having 11 agendas. We can't actually do that much with them. Yeah, it's probably Degree Mill, right? Can you Radgate and La Costa? No, they're regions. They're both regions, right? Okay, so this adds 6 points, so we can remove 6 points. So we'll remove 2, 3, 4. Cut 3 Beal and 2 Degree Mill. I think Beal's really important for the deck because we can fast advance 3 2s, so we need 3 2s. Yeah, both are regions, so you can't do them. Okay. Maybe. This is better, right? So we can do cohort on the table, powers on the table. We can pop up already. That's fine. Here we would throw out, honestly, the Yodel at this point. We get 2 cards. Okay. So we can do Rashida behind a Messna Chesso and hang on. If they trash the card, we could look at the top 3. We could get a Rashida on the table. You can never advance a 5-2 from the Vlad grid. Advance, business, advance. Wait, what? Advance, business, advance. No, not really. What does this do against deep dive? Nothing. But what does any acid deck do against deep dive? Nothing. But that's fine. I guess. Like Amani? I don't know. I don't have an answer. A preloaded Vlad grid you can do a lot with. Preloaded Vlad grid, you can install an agenda, advance. You can get a 4-2. You can play Amani and B1000. We don't have enough way to give us tags for Amani to do anything. MCA does something versus dive. It does, but that's like 6 to 9 influence. B1001 sort of does. You have to play ping, right? Yeah, with sudden commandment, you can do a lot of stuff. With seamless launch, you can't. Well, you can't fast advance with seamless. Well, you can on the Vlad grid, but you're assuming the Vlad grid. Does Kakarembo do anything here? It does, but it's really expensive. In theory, you can like nearly Kakarembo Spoke the Embers if you have, I think you also need a Sands and City grid. I wonder if we should also play Arella, but if we play Arella, we probably want 2-1s. We'll just try this. I don't think this is good, but we're going to learn something. Vlad grid, Epiphany. It's very likely that we want this deck to actually be the identity I don't like as much. The one that has the same name as our game-winning piece for some reason. Don't know why. They might have synergy. New Corp deck. Vlad grid. Are we not playing Holloman? Nope, we're not playing Holloman. Literally, yes, to play the original, because otherwise I'm just going to play the same deck forever. Like, it is generally a problem that I'll just play the same damn Epiphany deck until the end of time. How's this fast advancing? So, Gautam, what you can do is if you have a Vlad Grid on the table, if you install a 3-2 on top of it, right, like a Beal, then on click 2, you business as usual. You put 1 advancement on the Vlad Grid, 1 advancement on the Beal, and then click 3, you advance the Vlad Grid, and then you can move the counters over to the Beal. So it can fast advance 3-2s. It's cool. It's not pre-fast advancing. You can truly fast advance as long as you have the grid on the table, which is the same as Sansan. You have the Sansan on the table. That is not like a thing that seems wild for NBN fast advance. They have to have 1 piece stick on the table. Also with Stoke the Embers, you can top deck Stoke the Embers and fast advance a 4-2. Oh, we're going to play against Freedom. Oh, fuck. We lost. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, this is Virus Anarch. We're cooked. Brennan, no apologies. How you doing? I know this is a different idea, but do you think Red Planet Courier's Beal combo would be possible? 100%. Shocker. A lot of people have done that deck classically. I have lost to it last I played into it. I'd be down to play into Notlu, if you don't mind. I think the deck is incredibly cheesy, because you just sit there doing nothing until you win in 1 turn. And I don't think it promotes good and healthy Netrunner, where you're just sitting back there being like, I hope they don't have Imp. And then they trash your Biotic Labor. Nice getting Christmas cards out finally. Yeah, hey, Brennan, I got mail in the other day. That's cool. I'm not supporting the strike being broken, but could ask for enough freedom deck. Okay, hey, best of luck. Have fun. So now we're going to lose to Deep Dive. So there's that. This hand is not great. This hand is a bit better. It's Jover. Luckily, we have Mess and Chesso, which Fazarum breaks for 2 credits, regardless of... It's fine. All right. When in Rome, put things on the table and say Arasana can't trash those things. We got 2 of our key cards, so that's going to be good. If you don't install Ice, our ID is blank. Yeah, until Ika shows up. And then they deep dive 3 times and burner us. They pick Criminal. Would you say now they're going to lose to... This is not what I was expecting. This is a good creative way to lose. I haven't lost to this way in a long time. Yes, I would. Anytime if our opponent showed up with any... Disassembled. For what it's worth, I don't think our opponent should have done that. This going into HQ doesn't really change much. And that was a way that we were going to lose to that really quickly. I don't know if they should have stole that. I'll be honest. Okay, so we're going to start here with the... the ordering here is interesting. We definitely do Cohort before Federal. Do we show the Spin Doctor? I think we should. Oh, that's good. Then we'll do Cohort Federal. That is so funny. Yeah, it's worse for them to keep us. Like, we're not going to do anything with a 5-3 on turn 1. Oh, well, besides the Spin Doctor. So here we'll do Cohort. We're going to get rid of... I honestly think we want to keep the Beal. We don't need 3 of these. Heaven forbid. Stop it. Look at the top 3. Stop it. Please stop it. We'll put into this. We'll keep drawing. So we know there's a Degree Mill on top of the deck. I'm glad that we drew our big 3-pointers. So we probably should put this on R&D at some point. HQ is going to get some pressure. Okay, next game. So we're just going to spam on the table slightly. We actually can use double Cohort to do work for us. And I think we need to ice up R&D. We'll see what happens. You can spin it away. Yeah, we're not planning to draw it. If anything, we'll push it down with Federal Fundraising, but we can also just spin it away for sure. They're checking archives. I like that respect. It stops us from doing something, but we can still do something with double Cohort, which is kind of cool. We're going to score 3 points this turn. No action. Score 4 points on turn 3. Oh, we almost can do it. Not putting the second BL out is cowardly. We're in no rush, but I think you're right. Oh, wait, no, you're right. We could have put out 2 Beals and we could have actually done business as usual and it would have been incredible. Oh, man, that feels bad. Okay, you're right. We're on something. So here we can shovel the Spin Doctor to not draw the 3-pointer. Oh, wow. We have started turn triggers. Seamless Cohort is 3, which is nice. Yes. Yeah, Seamless Cohort is 3, and then we can get it to 5. No problem. The question is whether we can put the other Beal on the table and advance it slightly. I don't think we can. So I'm going to do Federal Fundraising first, I think. So do Federal. Amani wraparound degree mill. Okay, so we'll push the degree mill down. We'll do Amani wraparound. We're not going to draw a card. No. Then we'll cohort to trash this garbage card. Then we'll turn this face up to put advancement on the Beal. Let the Beal cook. There's no way we can let it cook. No way we can let it cook. We have to just get it. All right, we're on board. On board to the scoring plan. Top of the deck is a 5-3. They have to trash a bunch of our stuff. What did they do last turn? Oh, play money because they spent so much money. We're working. They are an Aeneas Informant deck, so like we are going to get run over if they set up. We just have to go faster than they can set up. Generally, if they didn't shuffle away their win condition, we were cooked. Spin shuffle, they run RD? 100%. Yeah, we're going to spin shuffle, they run RD. We are going to trash that. Please don't hit our Beal. Wow. In what world? We didn't deserve this. It doesn't have to be like that. Why is it like that? Funny we built the BAU deck and immediately throw a 2 on cohort. Yeah, but one card's... Like, why? I'm going to not spin Doctor. I'm just going to draw through these. So we'll do cohort. We're going to do cohort first. We're going to do cohort again. Fuck. Look at the top 3. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We draw them 12 points in the, like 11 cards. 3 for 3 on the BAUs. They're really good in the bin. Did we draw a cohort and degree mill into the bin directly? Yes, we want to. Yeah, we want to spin document back. So now we have YDL that's useless. Federal fundraising that's useless. Beal we can put on the table behind a wraparound. The slap vandal doesn't beat it, so we actually could just push Beal onto the table. And that might be fine. So we'll put... So we know the next card. Win? I don't know. We win or something? Epiphany time? We don't need to. What's on top? A Beal? Ghost Tongue Aeneas Marathon? Do find it funny we built the BAU deck and throw it to... Yeah, coupon, that's fine. Action? 50-50 win on HQ? Yeah, that's fine. They have no reason to run HQ. It is what it is. That's why we put, if we didn't put something on the table. So wraparound is tricky for them to break because they can't slap vandal. We know they have a slap vandal in hand. They're planning to use the slap vandal. This is where wraparound is much better than ping. Now, if they do have a fractor, we lose the game. If they have a hush, we also lose the game. Canyon Fizzaramit? Oh, they have a hush. We lose the game. Cool. Great. GG. Oh man, that's so bad. What happened? GG. This is where, like, you know, Arisan installs everything from hand all the time. I don't know how to play around anymore. Yeah, that's really, really rough. Thanks for the game. They had it in hand all the time. They only drew like a couple cards. I think if they didn't push their stuff away, we were ruined. But yeah, we had to push there. We were pretty far behind. It either means that we should take no risks or we should take some risks. I'm in that we should take some risks camp, but I think they needed to have their one of Hush there to have that. Unfortunately, they just had it. So yeah, it's fine. Our deck like did cool stuff, but all the cool stuff we're doing is not the BAU garbage. It's the like just play Hollowman Epiphany stuff. We didn't fire Epiphany once. Okay, I'm going to play one more game and then we'll definitely change the identity because I think the identity choice is definitely not the right thing. But we also had way more agendas than common sense. Jua? Jua is cool. I wonder what slot that Jua takes, though. Because we played Jua in one of the versions of this deck we played before, and it's like, it's interesting. The thing is, like, they can install before they encounter it, so it's not going to be disastrous. But Jua is like a fun card. Until it's like ugly. Yeah, if we kept the 1 and 4, we'd have been okay there, I think. We were being aggressive, which is good. Hey, Tank. Rough rips, not lose to, feels bad. Thanks for the game. Hey, thanks for the game too. Yeah, we got absolutely pulled apart. We're like, we lose to Hush here. I think if you don't steal the degree mill and like give us the degree mill, which is useless on turn 2, and you just have Aeneas down, like you win the game, let alone Conduit. We have no Mavirus. Like we're so cooked if you keep that. And even with that, we got pulled apart. Agatha deck building revealed. What do you mean super not? Like snap stuff? We'll run it back. The thing is, like, we didn't stabilize our economy. We had cohort, which is good. Oh, Agatha for Arkham. Yeah, it was revealed last week. No, it wasn't revealed. Wait, Agatha? Who's Agatha? Is Agatha the para scientologist, whatever they call that? Science? The mystic for seeker. Yeah, right. What is it? I don't know what it is. Ooh, Sable. Ooh, this is all good. Hey, D. Thanks, you too. Agatha Crane. Okay. Gloria was revealed the other day. Yeah. Parapsychology and yes. Okay. All right. 46 cards. I'm assuming D is playing deep dive. Okay. Hear me out. How many missed bones are they running? Multiple. Agatha got revealed a long time ago. Yeah, but I don't think we saw the text box. Just left the stream on some fun Arkham talk. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so hear me out. We're playing not a good deck. And we're playing against D. And D is playing a good deck. Probably. Are we at the point where we're going to run into an issue where there's like tier 2 decks get crushed by tier 1 decks, no problem? Or are we just so far beyond tier 2 that we're like tier 4, tier 5 that like this is the issue that I feel. I feel like at one point in time when I was playing Netrunner, I could play a tier 2, tier 3 deck and still have like a pretty okay time. And I think maybe I'm just getting so jaded that if I play a tier 2, 3 deck and I get pulled apart, like I feel like it's not even close. I don't know what it is. Is that the case? This is a much better hand, I think. Obviously not watching now, but I'm so excited to play Gloria. Oh, Gloria looks sick. Gloria, did you play Novella, Gloria? I'm so much more excited. Did you mind it losing as much before? It depends how I lose. If I lose in a place where I made no decisions and you just get like pulled apart, I feel bad about it. If I lose and it's like a tight game and we made interesting decisions, I don't feel bad about it. I think that's what it comes down to. So, okay, Vlad Grid lets us duck. And then we can do, I think, Amani early doesn't make that much sense. We probably want to just do Vlad, Cohort, Rashida. This means that if we get doofed, we can at least duck a couple of it. You always be tier 1 in hearts. Thank you, Brennan. Past Under say this isn't a good deck, but we're going to learn something. That's the thing. It's like, maybe I'm just learning less. Maybe I know more, or I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good. And you're not going to make good decisions. Let's see what that is. Nice Creeper Info Bounty. Okay, Carpe Diem for value. Already D's on 10 credits with 3 clicks left, right? Like, this is the difference, right? What are we going to do to get money? Roll 3. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that hurts. We got Epiphany, though. D, you got to trash 3 cards a turn. You're going to be bleeding Epiphany value. You can't do that. Now think about our cohort. I guess we're going to lose that next turn, huh? Okay. An HQ mark will be a problem. There is no way to get around that fact. I think I'm going to hit this button because I want cards in HQ. Business as usual. Okay, that's garbage. Cohort Guidance Program. That's a very powerful card. And Powers That Be. Powers That Be is a lot to trash. D hasn't opened with a Miss Bones. And so maybe that's a card we can sneak out on the table to give a little zig where we need that zag. Now this Vlad grid, we have to advance at least once to be able to score a 3-2. So I think we can afford to score it. So let's do something like this. And let's just advance this once and see how D interacts with the NBN card pool being single advanced on the table. Just a little single advance on the table, D. You need to check that, right? To go get your single tag. You're good old little, you're piss. This is the HQ mark. 1 and 3, fine. If you trash that, we get Epiphany. We had a good run. I think we had a good run. So 2025 is coming around the corner. I don't know if D trashes that. Okay, you're there. I don't think we're threatening to score out. Maybe we are. So the question, what else is D gonna trash? Lol? Yeah, I know. It's like, oh. Rip. Sure hope we can keep that regolith. We can score the BAU with the top deck. I don't think we can afford to. Never mind, we can't anymore. Joke's on D. We got a regolith left standing. So we know the top of the deck is safe. We know the next card is a cohort. All right, don't doof us now. D at least hasn't drawn a card. Oh, D has drawn like 2 cards. I think he'd have been credit perfect. So we would be on, what were we on? 6? No. Mystic, okay. Federal, it's still there. Yeah, we res 3, install, advance. Yeah, we might have been credit perfect and we got 3. It would have been cool. It would have been really cool. So not trashing this turn. We know of a cohort on the top. Now we know. Watching what a new opponent does with a single advance card in turn 1 is my fave. It's like, well, it's a Charlotte, you run it, but it is very interesting. Could Vlad BAU work in Built to Last or Earth C? I think it could work anywhere. I think people have tried it in Op. I'm not sure why Built to Last would want to. Well, actually, Vlad Grid Built to Last does make sense. I think that's worth trying. Like, just you jam it and it's tempo positive and they have to trash it for 4. I think that's cool. Earth Station, I don't believe in. Because Earth Station, you rather just protect a Holoman. That's like ultimately the problem with Vlad Grid is like, it is the protection of a Holoman and the economy of a Holoman to fire it, right? Like, it functionally costs what a Holoman costs to fire it once. At least it's harder for the runner to trash. Yeah, and BTL, I would consider it. I'm going to hit the button. Stoke, Rashida, Wrap. So D still has 3 on Miss Bones. If we do Wrap, we can't really jam much behind it. But we could do Wrap. No, I think we just do Rashida and put Federal Cohort on the table. Really relied upon Atlas counters. Yeah, Atlas counters are good. You get your next BAU and you're chaining forward. That's kind of seems cool. Stoke or bust. The problem is Stoke doesn't do anything. And even if we drew a Stoke, we can't score it. Like if we top deck to Stoke, we actually can't do anything with it. You could do Stoke, then do sudden plus BAU and end with Wrap install. I don't think sudden BAU is worth anything here. I'm not sure it is. They're not even trashing the sudden. I'm surprised that D's not trashing on HQ. It's only 2 credits. You do it for the Wrap to draw the Wrap. Oh, because we draw the sudden. Yeah, maybe. I wonder if D on 12 credits can deal with the remote server. I imagine D can. I'm assuming this is a what's it called? A trick shot list. Where's our checklist, Scion? Check Scion Technical Vlad Grids. Hey Jeff, how's it going? How's the family been? Roll 2. We haven't done it. We maybe should, but I do think we should just play this improv and protect our what's it called? Our grids a bit better. All right, we've exhausted 1 Miss Bones and it's cost us not too much. Vlad Grid, Malapert, BTL. All right, Nuka. So this is not a triple deep dive list. That's good to know. I'm gonna get rid of the BAU. Wait, where Jeff? Jeff in chat. Jeff in chat. Jeff jump scare. Doing all right. Fell asleep at 8 and woke up to help with feeding and going back to sleep shortly. Yeah, hey, I think your sleep schedule is going to be regular and consistent. And it's just, that's not a good draw. I'm glad you're having an okay time. This looks like Rotom's Rex table. Yeah, like Table Carnage or Sable Carnage. Yeah, good luck, Jeff. We can maybe push it. I honestly don't know what to do with this. Let's use Epiphany. We want to hit a Vlad Grid. Business is predictive. Federal. Okay, we've ended up into just operations. Federal, new table. New table. We can't really score this out. I don't know why we're doing this. Forgot to switch accounts. No, it's okay. It's okay. We know who you are. I don't know what we're doing with the Stoke though. Like maybe cohort fires. I don't know if D gives us a cohort. Six credit. Everyone except Jai knows who you are. All right, D is respecting it again with the archives. That's a really nice way to respect the cohort at very little cost. D's been missing the Stoke a fair bit. Yeah, this is what you're imagining happens. I'm okay that this is happening before Hermes. I honestly think we strand the wraparound. Okay, into Bravado. You might get a pinhole out of them. I doubt it. I think they can just run into this. I wonder if D's like playing around Oppo to some extent. Like, so if we res this, we have a wraparound and then D uses a boomerang. If we don't res this, the boomerang gets stuck. I'm okay with that because we never have to use the server again. Maybe that's a bit of a fallacy. But like, you see how D has a game plan that's pushing forward at quite a strong rate? And how we're over here just putting some assets on the table hoping something works out? Like, I can't endorse this. This does not feel good. Carmen. Okay, we have 2 sentries. Carmen's not very good against our sentries. It's cheaper to break them with their text. I really hate drawing the Stoke the Embers. I wonder if you do have to just spray sprint. Spin Doctor, okay. Business as usual, fantastic. We'll just put that on the bottom. I did that wrong. It's not Patty Sable. Cope the Embers. It is mad. It's pretty big cope out there. Okay. Like, what do we do? We are absolutely flailing. Oh, that's not good. I think we draw 3. Problem is, like, we're gonna need the Spin Doctor shuffle back. Like, has business as usual been used at all? What do you think? Do you want to guess? I'll give you a guess. Oh, this is so bad. Yeah, it's been a really good card to throw out to oh, piss. We have too many cards. I thought we had 7 cards in hand. We have 6. I wanted to discard 2 agendas because we're going to lose the Spin Doctor here on the archives run. There's no way that we're keeping this. Yeah, that's okay. This game will be over. Oh man, this is frustrating, right? Like you try and build something goofy and then like, you don't got a chance. I got to build better decks. I guess that's what we're learning. Oh, no, business as usual has been good. It's protected the degree bill and a project bill. It's been pretty good. It's just if D has 14 credits, again, we have no way of making them not trash our Vlad grids. I'll get 10 more minutes into this. How's everyone doing? Looking forward to the holidays, huh? Yeah, if you're doing the holidays. That's why I said reversed accounts. It would be a worse draw than most of these things. Right? Like, okay, imagine you install the reversed, advance it, and then trash it. You have spent just as much money if you let D trash the reversed accounts on their own. Oh, sorry. Right? Like it functionally doesn't do much. And if we install advance and left it, and D runs it and trash it, we've lost money. Getting business as usual as a world's prize got me to playing it in some decks I kind of like. What have you been playing in Sidarian? Adderall's still taking, okay. I see why. It's a bit of a curse, honestly. It is definitely a bad thing for us. All right. Mitosis, Isawak, and a Prov list. That makes sense. Okay. We open with Spin Doctor. We YDL. How's that every federal has seen an agenda? It's unreal. Yeah, well, when we can't score the agendas, they do show up a bit. Amani actually does make D cost spend some amount of credits. If we do this, though, we can't discard 2 agendas. I feel like that YDL wasn't even that good when we have in a regulathon table. Maybe consider playing DBS. Yeah, DBS is cool. DBS federal fundraising gets a bit awkward, though, because we don't know the top of the deck anymore. But, like, we just need to draw our Vlad grid, and it's just not a win condition. I also can't believe we've only drawn 1 ice. Like, we don't have a lot of ice, but we have more than 1 ice in the deck. We have 8 ice. That's not that much more than 1, but you know what I mean? DBS Federal lets you control the top still. Oh, it's does it? Isn't it really weird? You know the top card with Federal DBS on a long enough time scale. When the deck bottoms and comes back up the top. Dirty Laundry, we're going HQ plus. Wow. This is plus 7 credits clicklessly. Is it worth putting Spin Doctor or something else on server 19 and forcing them to use the boomerang? Sort of. We want to keep the boomerang dead. Because if we put another ice, then D has to like install another boomerang. If we put this back into the environment by releasing it, then D will have another boomerang. I think ultimately it's not going to matter that much. But if we put something here, like maybe D just face checks it. Probably does. You DBS and then Federal? Yeah, actually DBS and then Federal would actually be really good for us because we're seeing an agenda on the 3rd spot. Why no money res when they go HQ? Because it tells, firstly, because I forgot, but secondly, because it says that we have agendas in hand. Which I want to be very obvious that we don't have an agenda in hand at this point. We can't let this not go. Can remember people were shortcutting as one hand, one to bottom, one on top of deck. Oh, that is very much a lot of work. D's like playing a Euro board game over there. We're also technically playing a Euro board game, just drawing our cards. I would love to get a 2-1. If a 2-1 fired powers that be, it'd be really nice. We don't have them in our deck though. All right, we have a Vlad Grid. We're gaming. We have Vlad Grid BAU. In theory, we should Epiphany first. Not punished. We're going to score fast events of Beal out. It's going to be busted. Are you ready? It's turn 8. We're going to do a play. It's turn 9. We're going to do a play. If we lose both Beals the turn before we're going to make a play, I'm going to be so sad. Dirty Laundry HQ, Mystic Miami, 4, 5, 6. Clickless 6 credits on an axis and a wake counter. There's no agendas in here. See, it's just a seamless launch. You got to check server 15. There's no other option. D, 23 credits. You got to install a breaker. You got to run the wraparound, D. You can't just win off wake charges. We know the top. I think we might have a chance. Baya? Nice. They give us threat here with a Beal? Yeah, we can score a Beal here. It'll be okay. All right. We allowed to fold now? It turns out D has a way to deal with 1 ice on turn 8. That should be our surprise, I guess. I feel like we're not even playing Netrunner, right? This is terrible deck. Be cool. There's no way we don't lose. So that's fun. You can rush a huge Beal and hope they don't have another answer. Yeah, but when we have 2 degree mills, when there's a wake charge and an open HQ, we're so cooked. They've gone through half their deck. They definitely have an answer. It does feel cool when you get to do that ability more than once a turn, I'll be honest. Oh, we were technically on fast events territory with business settle commandment. That's kind of cool. So I felt pulling scoring an asset spam op versus Sable last night at locals. Yo, Eric, how's it going? Yeah, it's definitely yeah, I don't feel like we got that many options here. This is fine. All right, it's turn 10. We're threatening to make a play. Turns out just putting cards on the table with numbers in the bottom right corner. Your opponent's going to make some money. That's not good for you. Got to res this or we lose. Hoping and praying to push an Eminent behind a single ice. Yeah, Whaling can be a bit dodgy if you're like Eminent all like, you know, banked on Eminent working for you. Running Archives for 2 credits and a mutual favor. And that will be the game. Thank you. Thank you for watching. No, we're going to play another game. This is just absolute dog water, unfortunately. At no point in time did we do anything. D, what a bully? No, not what a bully. D was just playing a fine deck. Good game. Yeah, that was definitely a game of Netrunner, huh? Yeah, I don't think we have a chance. I honestly think this is a tier 1 Sable deck by a tier 0 player. And this is a tier 5 corporation deck. It's a legal corporation deck, right? Let's just say that. Very Novella Gloria. Very, 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 very. I get it. To control the encounter deck. Not draw enemies. It's pretty good. Yeah, so Gloria is an Arkham character that basically gets to do Epiphany's ability, sort of. It's pretty fun. What is the best thing you can say about your deck that it's legal? Yeah, it's legal. And like the numbers behind it are okay. Like 49, 15 influence. Novella Gloria was busted. Yeah, very, very powerful. Incredibly powerful. I don't know if you've seen the new Gloria, but new Gloria's weakness is like, okay, we got to tune this down. Excited to just die sometimes when playing Arkham. Like I do that anyways. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm so stoked for it. The just die button. I like the new weakness that forces her to actually slow down and not use her ability. Yes, you can beat it. I don't think you can make the, like, the weakness is not that frightening if you, like, think about it a bit. Hey, cheers. Always a pleasure, D. All right, do we have time to make this deck slightly better? Honestly, no. So let's make a new deck with the same idea. So new corp deck. And he sets off again on a journey that is only going to make him okay. So Pravdivost running is a bit more tricky because then there's Pravdivost problems. So that's good. So we go collection standard. It remembered, good. It won't kill you if you play careful around it, but the fact that she could always just send it with her ability was why she was OB. Yeah, you would do her ability every single turn if you could, largely. And that made the part of the game that was the scary part that you actually had to like plan around to some extent not exist. All right, we're gonna try and do the same thing for better or for worse. Staking a checklist, yeah, we're gonna stake in at least 2 checklists. So this is something we can put on an advanceable trap, and it means that we can get power out of our business as usual, which is definitely a 3 of because we want it in every opening hand. We have to play Mess of Chesso because it's really good. I think in practice you will aggressively use the ability until at 2. Yes, but I think you want to have one so you can cancel one, right? Like I think if I forget how it works, but I'm pretty sure if you have one underneath Gloria, you're safe because you can always no, you can't cancel the 3rd one. I forget how it works, but you need to have a cancel card at some point. But yeah, at some point you just set up and then you stop until you're able to deal with it, I think. Okay, what else do we need here? We need Stoke the Embers, which actually we probably don't even play Stoke the Embers anymore. So that means we're more likely to want to play... We're more likely to want to play a Remastered Edition. And then we can even use Remastered Edition to fast advance on multiple different angles. So we'll play 3 Remastered Edition, we'll play Tomorrow's Headline, we'll play a Beal, and then we'll play Degree Mills. So that's an agenda suite. We'll play Rashida, we'll play Business as Usual, and then of course we'll play Vladisibirsk City Grid. Okay, then we want any sort of thing that can get advancements that works for our ability. So we're not going to play Cohort, I don't think, anymore. We can play, actually we probably do, Cohort's still really good, and then they have to run. We can play, in terms of advanceable ice, I'm imagining we want to play Treeline, because Treeline is just pretty good for the influence. I think the place you're safe is if someone just draws it. If someone draws it, it's really quite good. The other thing is if you only draw her weakness, you can't really use her new signature, which seems very powerful. I don't think I remember where oh, her thing has like 3 copies of that, right? Where it like eats a discard and then draws a card or something. Very good point. Her signature seems busted good, but once you're gunking up your Gloria, it's worse, yeah. Does she want to play Binder's Jar? I think she kind of does. I need to reread that. I think Derp K is putting out some spoilers tomorrow, which I'm imagining Derp K has good spoilers. All right, so If they run, we get advancement. So we want as many things that get advancements. 3 tree line over 3 logjam. I think so. Logjam's a bit more influence and it's a bit more expensive. And it's actually not that good until it gets bigger. But like tree line coming in at 4 strength is honestly pretty good. It's weak to Botulus, weak to Slap Vandal, but not that much else. Oh, Boomerang as well. Derp Keys are Agatha's deck building. Oh, so it just came out. It's tomorrow in Germany. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, that's okay, I guess. Okay. So we want to do fast event stuff with that. I don't know if we play seamlesses. We could play the log jams. Yeah. We probably still want to play Holloman. That's the issue. Like, I don't know if Vlad Grid is just worth it at all with Holloman. Let's look what else we have. So we can play Vasilisa, which is just like cheap enough to get on the table. And it just puts advancements on things. That's fine. Pop-up window is still something, but pop-up window is less good because people are less likely to run all the time, where it's when pop-up window is the best. What else can we play that can make this spicy? Like seamless launch means we can still fast advance a bit. That's okay. That's fine. But probably not the best use. Yeah, we could try Vig. Like, I'm not a big Vig fan, but it's just nice to have something on the table, and that means business as usual is a fair bit better. So we'll probably have to play Vig. I think that's probably fine. I don't love NGO Friend because I think NGO Friend is actually a bit counterintuitive. What would be really wild is to install an NGO Friend on a Vlad grid just to like click for 8 credits. Like, that's hilarious. But yeah, Vigs are a fine way that we can actually get business as usual money on Best of Chesto and something else. What are we missing that's like obvious? We need more money, so we definitely will play Hedge Fund in this list. Toll Booth is being recommended. That's wild. I wonder if that's because Prav saw more play in startup for a long time. So what else ice do we want to play? We want things that are advanceable. I don't think we want Biovault. Plano, probably. Yeah, maybe. I think we should play One Sudden Commandment because it does have text when we're on threat where we can actually fast advance with BAU. So that's good. And then we need to play some more ice and then probably just some more economy. So we probably will put a Regolith on the table. I think we just need an empty Regolith, load belling Regolith, road bearing like red. And we should just play more ice. I think we need more ice. Does anyone have a good ice they want to play for 3 influence that makes any amount of sense? What else do we want to play that we don't spend influence on? F2P is like kind of fine. If we don't give tags, it's a bit worse. A Ket? Ooh, I don't love advanceable ice like that. Ket is good. We can play one a Ket. Yeah, you're right. It is pretty good in this deck. Sync BRE? Why? Because numbers. Wraparound's good. We probably don't need that many barriers. Let's not play Wraparound. Code Gate slot is okay. We're at 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 ice. I imagine we want to play maybe 1 fewer Regolith. 1 more ice might make sense. So maybe a Code Gate would be good. Is there a good Jinteki Code Gate? I don't want to play Piranhas. Face check Sandman. Are there good Code Gates? Like VSA? Doesn't seem fantastic. VSA is also kind of annoying into a world of single Lotus Field into crew tech. Enigma. Yeah, Enigma is fine. It feels like very similar to Mesa Chesva though. Maybe we just want something that's either much bigger or much smaller. Maybe that's okay. Syncbeery, honestly, Syncbeery might not be terrible. 6 strength Sentry is hard to deal with. Trace 2 is pretty bad, but Trace 4 is like, okay. A Shipment might be nice. We have a Shipment. Is there another Shipment we can play? Oh, this? We have no way of giving them tags, so I don't think we can play this. I used to love Syncbeery watch mentions. They fixed it eventually. Honestly, don't know what we'd play in the slot. Like, maybe we should play a Gatekeeper instead of the Cat. The Cat goes pretty hard in this matchup. Okay, what about if we do this? Well, we have 1 influence. 1 influence. Maybe just play him a virus so we don't get salty. That can make a lot of sense. Okay, so let's see what this test trial is like. I'm imagining this could be a bit better. So if this is our opening hand, it's actually really good. We can do Rashida. F2P doesn't seem amazing. How about Vig and Epiphany? Pretty bad. Maybe slightly better with business as usual, but probably pretty bad. All right, this is good. We can do Hedge Fund, Tree Line, Rashida. If they run, we advance the tree line. Actually, this seems fine. This seems better. This seems like it has a more coherent game plan. The problem is we don't have seamless launches, but we can never advance most cards on most tables because of Prav. Let's give this a shot. Okay, Vlad, Grid, Prav. Vladisibirsk, Pravdivost, Grid. There's no way we're not going to do a stream before this year is over again. because I'm not ending the stream on that. The year on that. There's no way. We're going to have like a best of stream where we play only the best decks. Let's do that. Let's do, before the year's over, a best of stream where we only play the best decks of the year that are still legal in standard format. Prav deck. What is still playable as like the best of the year that has not been banned out? Like, what are we left with? Have all the best decks of the year been affected by bans? Corp. I feel like we might have got a pretty banned around by the end of the year. Build to Blast is still pretty great. Kurjuki, how's it going? I played Build to Blast at COS at Worlds, and I felt like in a world where a lot of people are playing Shaper with Anakam and Stone Chip, it's probably not a great thing to play. If fewer people are playing that, yeah, maybe. But then you run into other issues where it's like Audrey, Steelskin, and they're hard to kill. Did you pick the right one? I think so. I called it Prob deck. Yeah, it might have looked strange. I'm pretty sure we got the right one. Prob is also really good against a Hoshiko is my guess, barring Ice Destruction, which might be a problem. But if Hoshiko wants to run every turn, every other turn, you get consistent value with Pravdivost, and that's like not a bad thing at all. Where's my water? Oh, I don't have water. Is that why I am the way I am? Dehydrated. Hey, it's Alex. All right. We get to play the entire World Champs Finals Gauntlet. Alex is on 47 cards, no trick shot. How many? You got trick shots in there? So Tree Line will be broken by Slap Vandal, which I don't actually know if Alex is on. This start seems okay. Oh, easy changes. So it's the World's List -3 trick shots. Turns out it got a lot worse. I think we're going to keep this. The World's Greatest just running in to beat up the innocent streamer. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Ooh, okay. That's like, this hand is so much better. The question is, how do we play it? So I'm actually worried about Burner to some extent. So we can hedge fund Treeline Rashida, that's fine. We technically have an advancement for Prov, so I think we can get away with this. Can we get third place to play you too? Yeah, Sokka might be celebrating finishing school. We'll find out. I'll message. I think we're just going to go for that play. We have a setup next turn. We can do Vladgrid Vig. This is the issue though, is like what Vig is going to be a bit uglier is that on a board state, we're going to have other cards. And so we're going to always want to advance not the Vig, the Vladgrid, because the Vladgrid wins games. That's my imagination. All right, strong enough start. Going to need the money off the fermenter. Holy crap. Okay, we're off. Every good runner deck has been banned heavily. Yeah, Jeff, like what's left that's not banned? So we want to start with this because we can set up fast advance. We can just put Regolith is going to be better than Vig on the table. Like, let's be honest. And we can just put this on R&D. I don't think Alex is going to be running because the threat is like way too high here. You have to go back to Ash Nico. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're coming for you. May competitive season. All right, we get advancement. Sick. Ika's on the table. That's okay. I don't think it lines up with F2P too well. So Prav, we get advancement on the Vladgrid. We've made an HQ run. Create a commission. Okay. So we actually can fast advance if we top deck an agenda here. Fuck, not that one. Entire world's top 16 teams up against Andre. It takes 16 of them though, which is pretty cool. But it's also nice to see the teamwork. Like I'm down for that. Okay. Can we never advance this? Install. Andre would win the game on time. Fast advance it? We can't. I don't think we can. So, okay. Click 1, we install the degree mill. Click 2, we business as usual. Click 3, we can't business as usual. Vladgrid is also only once per turn, which is really wild. Very important. Rip my summary video. The script I wrote was so dry. I felt like I need to rewrite everything. Jeff, I liked your script a lot. I thought it was really funny. Like, okay, not funny. I thought it was really well put together. There was parts that I laughed because I read them in Jeff's voice. And I thought they were like very, very on tone. But I think it was a great script. I think you should work on it. Obviously you might be a bit busy, but like priorities or whatever. We can't fast advance it. The Vig is not going to force a fork, I don't think. I think we're just going to never advance this. And then on the next turn we can do... I'm going to draw once, install degree mill. So if Alex runs again, We can advance the Vlad. Then we can do 1, 2. So we spend 1 click, we get 2 advancements. We actually can't even never advance it with Vlad Grid. Oh, we can if we advance this. Oh, that was maybe the worst order to do this turn. We'll see what happens here. Can Alex speak a tree line? Honestly, it's a bit tricky. The fuck? This is not what we agreed to. Hey, wait a second. All right, it's a diversion. Apparently, this is what's happening. In a world. Okay. You can NA with BAU. I'm not convinced we can, but it's not very intuitive. You remember when Alex duped the hell out of D in the finals? And he was like, what the heck? You must have been not watching Seb K's games. Not one. Not one. I barely got to see Seb K's games. All right, I guess we're getting deep dive this turn. I think we're fine. We have 2 degree mills in hand. I'm not resing this. No, we're not getting deep dive this turn. It's not that good. BAU, 2 Vlad, 1 DM, advance, 2 Vlad, 3 DM, transfer, 5 DM. So it works, is what you're telling me. Okay, that's good. It's good to know. I think this is going to work out pretty poorly for me. Oh, because we are bankrupt. Okay. Okay. No, we can't do anything here. So this could get hushed, but we can just make it really, really big if we wanted to. I think it actually is probably better for us just to put a second one on the table. Right, like a second tree line is hard unless Alex pulls out the Gauss. He has no like tutor ability. We could put the Vig on the table too. It's like, I can't imagine us not putting the advancement on the tree line. It's a lock stream. I don't blame you. Is this better as 3 more advancements? No, I think it's fine on front of here. Yeah, it happens like an hour 20 in. It was really exciting. But it is in the final act. You'll get there. The DVD has chapters. It's actually very easy to watch it like that. All right, I feel like we might be in the same situation where things are bad. And we're gonna lose to deep dive this turn. I'm assuming we overextended on R&D when our opponent is on 20 credits on turn 3. Standing a few meters away, the stream can't fool you. Oh boy. Like, I just don't feel good about any of this. Okay. So with a deep dive, it's going to be a problem. A burner is going to be a problem too. We need to score out this agenda, which is pretty expensive. I think Holloman is just better than Vlad Grid. Maybe that's the first time you heard that. But it feels like we got a lot of work to do here. We don't even have time to purge. Alex is going to be on a lot of money next turn. Urban Art Vernissage didn't even bounce a card, which is like kind of frightening. Like, I don't even know if we overinstalled the F2P. Nice. That'll change the last click up. Back to the money we had before doof. I think we have slightly more. Notice how Alex didn't trash the VIG. Yeah, there's a chance now that we have too many targets. It shouldn't be hard to tempo BAU. Okay. So we can actually Vlad grid on this turn, which I think we will. I just want to do something flashy here, so it feels like we're playing Netrunner. So we do this because it's once per turn. So then we can play business as usual. Oh, wait, no, that's bad. Because we can just double advance. The business as usual doesn't help. Imagine this had Bologna text. And then we can push out the next agenda. I imagine that's how we win. I don't think we can do anything else that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, me too. There's not that much else we can do. Now, obviously with the SMC and like 17 plus credits, Alex is going to be able to run the remote server next turn. So I don't think we can really push this to Green Mill. So if we have enough money, we can do sudden commandment into clickless business as usual. BAU threat text. Holy shit. Wait, that's really good actually. Oh my God, that is exactly what this was designed to do. Choose 1, 2 remaining, place 1 advancement, 1, 2, remove all virus counters. Oh, both is really good. Ooh, that was nice. That was nice. Okay. All right. It does have text. It can purge. Yeah, holy BAU text. Take that, Wayland Hyper Glacier. Spending a whole turn when we're getting so much value. This costs 0 for 2 advancements. Seamless launch has got nothing. We're going to lose to a deep dive. I think legally we were required to res this. Okay, if we res this, Alex breaks it for 4 and gets 2 back. I feel like we might be wrong because we just need some amount of money to win. Yo, Orbs, how's it going? Living that F Shaper life. It's more like F our deck life. Like, I'll be honest, the Shaper is just playing Shaper. We're out here with an ubiquitous vegan server 3. Pay 3 to break? Okay. Enjoy saving your credit. Clicking more buttons. Whatever. All right. So there's a lot of cool, fun ways to lose here. We will never draw a Beal anymore. I think we need the money. Lost a cohort. That sucks because we're going to see more cards. Now this costs a credit. So eventually Alex will run out of money. Now we do have 1 Mavirus and 32 cards. And if Alex hits it at a well-timed spot, we will pop off so unbelievably hard. Never mind. Okay, at least we know where the last degree mill is. So it's harder for Alex to win. This is what happens when you turn off trick shot, huh? Yes. We can BAU the conduit. We definitely can. Yeah, we needed that to happen. That was very important for our narrative. Okay, stop. Alex knows if we're drawing into ice or not. Yeah, okay. Make money. We have 4 purge cards in the deck, freedoms and shambles. Honestly, like for Wayland Glacier, if you're playing into Audrey or like Amakua and like Leech, like this card is pretty good if you can find slots for it. But Virus is just bad BAU. Yeah, tell him, Kevin. Okay, so we can't win because we don't have a shuffle effect. I want to destroy this. The problem is that we might not draw into ice. But if we draw into ice, we just destroy this. I gotta remember to res this thing. No ice, no surprise. Do we planogram for 3 cards to break lock? In what might be the foolish move possible? I think we do because we can purge. Sick. Get this out of the game. We put this on R&D, and then we play again an incredible business as usual. So we place an advancement on the Vlad grid. I think we place it on the Vig because Alex's money's not that good. Honestly? Oh, besides that we can't res the tree line. Don't worry about that too much. We're gaming. We're kind of gaming there. Besides we can't res the tree line and the Cubon is back. How's 3 Cubon? Oh, that was a simul chip, right? Yeah, it was a simul chip. All right, well, we have to survive now. We're 1 credit short. Should have considered that. It might have actually been better to not purge, but just to get a credit, because rezzing this is more impactful. Fresh is the Vig, I think we're okay with it. Where's the Pizza Shaw? Still in hand? Never mind. Yeah, so we've overextended and left R&D open, and now we are absolutely getting hammered. R&D's holding? You're seeing like 3 new cards on this run. I feel like against Shaper now, that trick shot's gone. Like, or like, I don't have to ice R&D. And it's like, yeah, if you can't res the ice, you're going to lose to this. Oh, lost a Scion. Okay, 2 new cards. We obviously, oh, we actually could consider purging because of Vig. Stop trashing our cards. You've seen surprisingly few agendas, but I don't think you can see 2 more cards and not get a point here. Yeah, okay, good game. Yeah. That one's more on me, I think. Thanks for the game. Okay. And processing that. So we had to be able to res that. Is there anything else that would happen on the last turn that we could have done differently? Well, if I res on R&D, what do you have to break? I figure it was a tree line. Yeah, it was, because you saw it. You definitely should have known that. If I could have res the tree line, do you have a way to break it, Alex? Like if I didn't purge and I instead clicked 3? You have a Physarum? You can't Physarum a tree line though. Like if I could res the tree line, was that better than purging? You have no answer. Fuck, yeah. So if we actually just got 3 credits instead of doing the tempting BAU purge, we might have survived that for a bit. Oh, that feels bad. That feels really, really bad. Getting blown out by the diversion that you don't see coming also like just feels bad. You could use a Simul chip for an SMC instead. Yeah, but what's your breaker? Like what's your way that you can get through tree line cheaply? You're okay facing? Oh yeah, no, 100% you face check. I don't think the face check is a problem. The issue is like whether we can keep the conduit out and then you continue to set up. Yeah, if that's the case, I'm okay with it because we can start purging out. For what it's worth, I was getting to the point that I could start fast advancing stuff. Like if I install the degree mill and then I do advance Vlad, nah, that doesn't work. So I would actually need the sudden commandment to play the BAU. Yeah, we probably were a bit too greedy. 1 more game, yeah, cat. Someone else from the top 16 wants to play a deck into me. I'll be here. I'll be waiting. I swapped Seb's trick shots for 3 informant and cut 1 extra version. But don't you have influence? You have 1 influence floating? Yeah, that's a weird thing. It's like playing diversion out of faction. I strangely like, I don't know if I feel great about it unless it's open deck lists. I just feel like on JNet, you'll just win games because they don't see it coming. A fermenter, okay. Our world's top 16 run continues. All right. Hey, Jai. How's it going? All right. Great. We're gonna mulligan that. It wasn't very good. Jai mulligan. Okay. Thanks, you too. Okay, so early regolith would be nice. We need to put something on HQ. Getting a Vlad grid on the table, I'm okay. Unless Jai opens up with a Miss Bones, I think we're okay with floating this because we can get a counter on it and Jai might not check it. The other option is we can put the regolith on the table as well. Otherwise, we're going to do regolith behind F2P. I think I'm just going to click for a credit here because if Jai face checks, we're going to be totally bankrupt. I'm not sure if this is the right opening. We could have also gone for the Spin Doctor opening to get a couple options. That might be better than a credit. Oh, okay. We're in gamer space now. That's sick. Masterwork. Add a Sable. Carpe Diem. Making free runs. Why not install some stuff for free? That's really cool. So it's either the Messney or the Vlad grid. If we do the Messney, it actually tells you that this is an advanceable card. So this actually like opens up the closest. This is a knife deck. Yeah. I'm realizing that now. I don't care about points. It's a knife deck. Okay, hold on. I need to not tilt. I need to think through this. What are we doing here? We have no money, so Regolith is really important. Yeah, I think it's knife. Regolith is important because we need to make money. Jai is going to be on 3 credits next turn. So we could do Regolith F2P and leave R&D open and say, like, I don't care. I think that's fine. It's not that easy for Jai to knife us this quickly, so we just need to stabilize. Now, in theory, resing the Regolith and showing it is fine, because it's like a click for credit, but then we show the Regolith. This is what I don't know. Like, should you just res the Regolith here and say it's a Regolith? If Jai pinholes it and thinks it's a Rashida and won't have money, that's also fine too. So maybe we'll click for a credit. I don't think he would pinhole on 2 credits. He'd probably click for a credit first. That's very quite good. Looks like a check. I don't know. This is such a New Year's stream. This is rough, D. It's been really bad. It's been really bad. I feel like on Thursday nights, we should just like only play pre-made decks that we're pretty confident about. We are struggling to do anything. I want to do a Ken deck in honor of Sonic 3. Are you on their marketing team? Man, we should get on their marketing team. Eventually became Inform, hit Ari instead. This is my Leela Knuckles deck. Bravado. Okay, we're sending it. Into the remote server. Last click. With a boomerang. Sick. So can't trash the Regolith, which is nice. So I'm glad we didn't show it. If we res the F2P, the boomerang becomes stranded. I'm okay stranding the boomerang here on this remote server. I had to be sure to do a quick game since I'm off to the theater for Sonic 3. Like another 10 minutes. Alex, enjoy Sonic 3. It's a Regolith. Okay, it stays. Boo earns, they're saying. All right, I think we're just going to get a Regolith money on this turn. I think we just want to get all the Regolith money this turn because we still have all our ice to res. Otherwise, we could have done like a bit of Regolith R&D. But this is the energy of a Christmas episode with a bunch of cameos from recurring Metropolitan Grid characters. Yeah, you're right. This is just our nice clip show. Andre playing the world's top 16 is just a regular Thursday. I'm like happy to play the world's top 16. I just want to play top 16 decks. All right, Paladin. I think our deck, like just not having a strong win condition is also like a problem that I just struggle with, where it's like, oh, we can't really afford to be trapped in here with our opponent. All right, should I slow down a fair bit that turn? Now we have a Vlad grid set up. I think we're going to get a Spin Doctrine just to get a better hand. Assuming this is a knife deck. Okay, Remastered Edition, we can install BAU. Advance. Huh? Yeah, that's 4 advancements. So we just need to find a BAU. Now we don't have a BAU. We install BAU, advance, then there'll be 4 counters. Andre to look out his window. Wow, it's snowing and Sklar doing a jig of a sort. I think we should discard a card here. We unfortunately don't have a sudden commandment trigger. We can just like fish for one. It is what it is. So we can put cohort on the table. I think we'll just ice R&D to stop losing singles. I was expecting it too. Okay. If we score the Remastered Edition, we might actually be able to do something here. Now, Jai isn't checking server 1, and I'm imagining he's worried it's Scion. If we advance it once more, it kind of tells that it isn't a Scion, but we're in a spot that we can top deck BAU, which is a 3 of them in the list, and actually have an ability to fast advance the Remastered, which gives us the ability to fast advance even more. Carpe Diem, we're running R&D. Another boomerang? Oh, alarm clock. That's good. So we res this Messney where you lose 5 credits. Jai loses 3 credits. Loses a click 2 though, so it's probably worth it. 3 ghosts. These are the 3 ghosts of Christmas. Which one's which? They all feel like the ghost of present day. Means you need to learn some sort of important moral lesson. What have we learned? I think I'm learning that Vlad Grid is a lot worse than Hollow Man. I just want to play top 16 decks, joins queue with Prav 3 times in a row of his own volition. I'm assuming that the field will even out at some point. Hush on Mesny. Oh, that's kind of sick. That means alarm clock. It actually doesn't do anything because when you encounter alarm clock, it just stops Jai from. No, it sort of stops Jai from losing 6 credits. Sick Vig. Yeah, okay, Jeff. I drew the Vig, and then yeah, what you said was correct. I'm not going to shuffle these cards in. I'm just going to keep drawing. I know what I'm capable of. Beans. Not that. We just got to ice up one server pretty well. Why is Divide and Conquer 4 influence? It's a very powerful ability abstractly. And it's the sort of ability that like you don't want to lose to out of nowhere. It's like, I don't know how much influence Sneak Door Beta is. It's probably only 2 influence, but those sort of abilities should be like something you pay for. Now 4 is a bit much. I think 3 could be fair. Mind you, back then we had Turning Wheel, and so that combo was, I think, a bit more potent. I'm pretty sure that worked. Maybe it actually didn't. It's been a minute. So that would be my guess. Sneak Doors 3. Okay, yeah, there you go. I think that makes sense. Any of the like sort of really, really big warping run events usually cost a bit more influence. DNC works for twinning? Okay, that's probably why then. All right, this is going to chase out our first Spin Doctor, which is going to shuffle back our Spin Doctor and a Degree Mill. There's the first knife. Okay, no surprise. Advancement. Oh. Okay. I'll do it on the rezzed one because it's already rezzed, I guess. I just want a business as usual. I don't know if we can afford to put cards on the table. We literally probably can't afford to put cards on the table. Okay, hear me out. We can draw once, play a Vig, use Regolith. Oh no. Could do it on the grid and then score? Wait, we can, can't we? Install advanced events. We can. Wait, why didn't I do that? Oh, that's awful. Yeah. Was that even last click? No, it wasn't last click. Yeah, we should have advanced it. You're 100% right. Okay, I only feel slightly bad. I'm just going to put the Vig on the table. No, we'll put the cohort on the table. Yeah, we could have done it. I'm sorry. I'm did not realize that we could do that. Again, Sable, Hoshiko, probably Prob makes a bit of sense. I just don't feel like I enjoy the fact that this feels like it encourages you just to like triple advance stuff or like advance ice to the sky. Gun? Not run. Gun, no run. A knife deck being the Ghost of Christmas Future is so funny to me. Another Vlad Grid? Install advance hedge fund? All right, we just need to make sure we have enough money. Hedge fund actually probably was wrong. We probably should have Regolith. We should have kept just card in hand. That is definitely wrong. We should have Regolith for sure. So this turn with the cohort, we actually can Vlad Grid advance. Prague? Okay. I'm expecting that we're going to get to 5 points and then just get assassinated. That's the one, wait, that's the one where we're dead, right? So this like thematically makes sense. Show the Vig. It was hands the whole time. Server 1. Res. Shimmy. Advance, score. We can use this to get a Messna Chesfo counter at instant speed. Jai will never see the tech coming. So now we actually can fast advance on top of the other Vlad Grid. And yeah, on the other Vlad Grid. No clot respect. Oh yeah. Technically we should have prog clotted. That's fine. If is really a Scourge deck, you need to consult the Ghost of Cardsmith's Past, Archives, Cardsmith's Present, HQ, and Cardsmith's Future R&D before you complete your hero's journey. It's a true hero's journey. I like the narrative too. You got to start Archives at all times. We don't have enough money to res stuff. Like Jai just probably needs to face check. It's just like Messna Chesso is genuinely frustrating. Ah, my cohort. We'll see if he trashes his Vlad grid. He probably should. Nice. No triggers. Vasilisa. Okay, what are we doing here? We're gonna have to res at least 10 credits of ice in the near future once the alarm clock comes in. We're probably in a waiting room for threat 4, so if we want to duck under that for a bit, we're probably in an interesting spot. I feel like there's not much we have to do here. We can advance the Vlad grid once and assume it'll make some Chekist fears. Otherwise, I think we can put Spin Doctor on the table, Regolith, then the remote server. Actually, probably in the other order. We just want him to run so we can advance the Vlad grid, I reckon. But we need to make sure we have 10 credits to res both ice on HQ. I think that's going to be important. I don't want to die. I just want to score my points with Vlad grid. I want to protect my Vlad grid, but we don't have money to res ice. Is this like a universal NBN problem? Like, how do you res your ice in a remote server? What do? Do you just play as Mari? Because like I don't know how to ice central servers and then also have a remote server where I can keep my precious Vlad grid. Oh, that's not good for us. That's fine. It's a really good bravado. I'd still want to strand this boomerang, so we're not going to move it. Okay, that's good. We can fast advance this. I don't think we're really excited to. And if we remove the Spin Doctor from the game, we still get a successful run. That's a really cool thing about putting Spin Doctor in this server, is that we still get a successful run because the server is iced. Otherwise, if the server disappears, you won't get your trigger. So I'm assuming here we technically ask Jai, do you want to access? And he commits to it. I think we'll just put, I think actually Sudden Commandment actually gives us a lot of reach. This is the weird matchup where we just want to draw BAU and we haven't. We'll see if he trashes this or he worries about Chekist with only 2 clicks left. Hey, Maddie, dearest. She can't hear me, dang. I think she has headphones on. Hey, Maddie. I left my big glass of water in the other room. Would you be so kind? Thank you. What's so unusual tonight? Business is unusual. We're playing the unusual business card. It's called business as usual. It's actually been pretty usual. Do you want me to text her? Thanks, Pat. Okay. All right, so we can install the Beal and just score it and then technically be on sort of game point, kind of. Thank you. Build this up before the stream and I just haven't had it. I realized like 20 minutes ago. Alex, I've been putting off watching season 2 because I have to rewatch season 1. You score the degree mill here right now if you use the remastered? Yeah, I think we could. If we do degree mill, advance, Vlad grid, remastered, that does it. Yeah, maybe we should do that. It only feels slightly like an overextension. Action. In theory, we should commit the Vlad grid latest. Like, we're not doing the right window. We should install advance, ask for action. No, we should do install advance, ask for action. And then we can do all this in the same paid ability window. All right, we're on game point, but we'll also have to worry about Debrados. So now we can fast advance win, but we're going to need a Vlad grid to stick, and or we're going to need the 1 copy of Sudden Commandment into a business as usual. Like, that also works. But again, pretty niche. We got Beals? Yeah, we do have Beals, but like, it's going to be tricky. Let's just say that. He has to trash this. We also can top deck business as usual and win, right? Yeah, if we top deck business as usual, we also win. We do install Beal, business, advance. Yeah, we can win. Okay, if the first knife goes in, I think we're okay. That is a weird sentence. But I think we're okay taking 1 knife. You also could sneak the Beal on the table. I really doubt it, but we probably would try. Is it possible that Andre will wake up in with an epiphany? Please don't tempt me. I think we res the Messney. If he double clicks it, it's pretty bad. I just need to wait for action, I guess. It's your low-level manager that takes the first knife. Don't feel good about the money here. Luckily, we have a Rego on the table. So if Jai double clicks this, he gets a click back on Sable, which is pretty nice. I tried like Brandon's version of Crew Hoshiko with Alarm Clock, and it just feels so good. Don't hit the BAU, please. In theory, he doesn't want points. Jai doesn't want to touch points. Advancement. Oh, yeah, please. Nice. Facilisa. Sick. What are you going to do? Knife me? That takes you 3 turns. You don't got 3 turns. You have to deal with this or you lose. Install advance. Doesn't do it. I need a top deck. It's 1 in 9. If we res the Vasilisa, it's not particularly great. Let's not do that. 1 in 9. IAA does it? No, because you have to move 2. Oh my god, IAA does do it. Yeah, wait, is Vladgrid good? Is this the epiphany we've learned, that Vladgrid is good? Install advance the Vladgrid, advance the BAU, win. Yeah, it is good. Yeah. Fuck. Jai figured it out. That's okay. That's the Jai difference. Oh, never mind. Still gaming. I wish Prav wasn't first time a turn, but if it wasn't first time a turn, it'd be impossible to counterplay. It would be so hard to counterplay. But it'd be interesting if they make 1 run and they don't make a second run, right? And then you'd be like, I thought they were gonna make a second run. You know what I mean? But if it was a once per turn, wait, how busted would it be if it was once per turn instead of first time a turn? Puppet Master was fun in Ocarina. Is that first or once? All right, we're assuming it's every time. Okay, that is disgusting. Okay, so credit threshold check. We need 6 credits to fast advance. We're doing great. Board state, not entirely check. Jai's credits. Okay, at best. It would be odd because you wouldn't know how many times a runner's going to run. Yeah, 100%. Mind games on it, should use or not. Yeah, that's would be tricky. You'd be like thinking. It would slow the game down a bit, but you would have to like either get it now or maybe not get it. But it's like really interesting against like a deep dive deck, right? Because you're pretty sure you know what they're doing. Jai's thinking here. Again, knives can come down in 2 turns because it can be installed clicklessly through this ability. Now, if we top deck one of our 3 copies, again, we have a 3 in 26 chance of just winning here if Jai doesn't deal with the Vladgrid. And there's a chance Jai will take this turn off and not want to run because he doesn't want to put advancements on things. Huh. This is weird. I feel like we're fortunate to get 3 Mesta Chestos as soon as we did. I wonder what Hush is in the deck. Just like border control? And just Ice is annoying? Okay. I'm running archives here. We res the Vasilisa. We can pay 3 credits to get an advancement. Not sick. And here we can either advance the Vladgrid or we could advance. I think we're going to advance the Vladgrid probably. All right, no res. This is going to be a pretty big run. It's plus 6 credits. Woof. Oh, Chesva Prague. Second Chesva. Coffee for days. 16 credits. The F are you meant to do against that? What are you meant to do when they make a run? They jump from 7 to 16. What is the counterplay to that? I feel like a conspiracy theorist trying to figure out Netrunner for the first time. Wait, what's a bravado? What's that? That's absurd. I wonder if there's like checkist respectus. We have checkists. All right. We've successfully stranded another boomerang. This will be the second boomerang out of the game. I value that. We probably shouldn't have advanced this. We're going to top deck a BAU and we're going to be so upset that we advanced this card. Okay, that was very good. We needed that money. Okay, fine. Fair play. I think we need to get the VIG on the table. Oh, undo click. Huh. So we do spin here because then we get the successful run trigger. Checkist is good. I think we do checkist VIG. No, we need to have the hedge fund because we might see an HQ run here. And so then we'll do just the VIG or just the checkist. I think we'll do just the checkist. We need to slow him down. We need to slow the ghost down a bit here. Okay, so if you run checkist, you can always just advance the checkist. What's their tag punishment? None? 0. Planogram. Final answer. F2P. Final answer. But no, we just have it because it's annoying and we want to put it on top of our thing. It's not super well thought out, but like Jeff was goading us about this, so. Plano's good. Plano's totally fine. Trashing sec testing is like fine too. I will res the Vasilisa now. It does actually cost credits to break with Revolver. Like it costs 2 and a bullet. That's fine for a 2-cost dice, huh? So I got prize support in front of me. This wasn't the drawer they pulled out. It's prize support for this game called Skytear. And their full art cards have no text on the card. So you just need to know what the card does. No run? Okay. We put cards on table. Sometimes alright, I think it does enough in this matchup. Basic action card? Yeah, no, trashing resources is fine. Like trashing a daily cast is totally fine. Alright, are we weak to knife on this board state? I don't think we are. I think we can do F Rashida tree line. And just credit, I think. I don't think any deck would ever win a game without a basic action. So funny enough, back in the day, Bayokin, who was a content creator who made YouTube videos, really liked his stuff. He did like a video, not a day, but did a lot of stuff. Came second in Worlds. He built a deck that never used the basic action card. It's incredibly difficult. I think it's only possible with Cabanessa Wu because you have to understand, not only can you not make runs, so you need to find a card that makes runs. And we had a card called Marker back in the day that allowed you to do that. But also you can't even install cards. So you needed Cabanessa Wu that allowed you to install programs from your deck. He actually played a game. I'm not sure if he won, but it is very possible to play a game, but it's very difficult. Like you can just draw a mulligan a hand that's unplayable because if you don't open up with the right combos, you lose. It was really, really cool. But it's very technically possible, but you need cards like Customized Secretary, Tracker, Cabanessa Wu. It's very, very difficult. I wonder if we'd be better off with Erdicas. Card you can advance. The fact that some cards are cards you can advance and some cards are cards you can't advance, or like any card, I don't know what the logic is, and I always have to double check. Fire all. Oh, we're going to tag me. I think you can technically do it with Saraswati as well. Oh, yeah, maybe Saraswati can do it. Yeah, you would need Pad Factory. You would need something. Interesting. Jai complaining right now about just trashing the Revolver. Oh, the Revolver got trashed. I didn't even notice that. Why did it get trashed? Oh, because of MU. He installed a Shibboleth on top of it. Oh, I had no idea. Shibboleth into Mess and Cheswa was miserable. Luckily, you have 2 Cheswas. Holloman Saraswati. Oh, yeah, you could probably do it. You could do it. But like, even if you had no runner opponent, it would be very difficult to get it done. But I guess you could do it. You would need Holloman. Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard with Holloman. But you need to get economy on the table too. So you have to like Saraswati Regoliths. Or like, technically we had an infinite economy card. You could click for 2 credits, a magnum opus for corporations. You had that. I wonder if Isawak would even be better because you could score fast. No, because you can't install cards. Of course not. Charlotte NGO is good for econ. Good enough. It's good enough. Diversion. Diversion, but how? Yeah, Sara I think is necessary. That's really cool. Triggers are happening. I'm surprised this deck is on diversion, but it shouldn't have been a surprise. It came up before, if I'm not mistaken. Or it was discarded. Something happened. I wonder if we put the advancement on the wrong Messny Chestvo. Oh. So we should res this. Oh, the lights have changed. It's gotten late. Excuse me. Action. In theory, Jai has priority. We'll res Nest to Chesvo. We'll continue to counter. We probably force him to lose 3. It depends. We can't really duck. Yeah, we definitely do. Oh, we can't lose 3 because of Hush. This is just going to cost him a bit to break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cost him 6 to break. Now some of that is Chesva. But yeah, okay. We lose money, but if he floats tags, like he might just trash the checkist. Hey, Jolly, out of office on for the year. If you're done with your year, I think I got through that sentence. Hey, congratulations. Hopefully you have a good holiday lined up for you. How you doing? We're a bit late on the stream tonight. Yeah, it's a hard one to break. Friday, 4 p.m. Yeah, let's go. Holiday weekend. It's summer on your side of the world, huh? I always find that so strange. I just can't understand this flat earth thing. It just doesn't make any sense. All right, Rashida has to go. That's a shame. We didn't res this, so this is like clearly Rashida or an agenda. That's what Jai can tell here. And there's actually a chance that he knows this is a check is because we didn't res it to duck the Prav. But I wonder if we would consider not doing that. He floated the tag. Ooh, that's fascinating. Max punish. You can legally play without basic actions in sync as well. How do you install cards? 40 degrees Celsius forecast for New Year's. Yeah, let's go. Do we trash the daily cast? I feel like that's as expensive for us as it is for Jai. I think we need to do that though. So we go down to 1. Let's try that. You have to flip 3 times every turn? And play 0 cards? That's not possible. Wait, what? How do you win? That's our first planogram. We have 1 more if I'm not mistaken. Obviously we don't have a lot of money, but it's hard to make any successful run here. Scion costs no money. Nobody said anything about winning. I thought that was the idea, is that you have to win a game. Because yeah, in sync you could just flip and like never, you would deck yourself. Winning would be very hard unless the runner kills himself on a snare. You can only fire 1 snare though. Like they would have to flatline themselves on the snare. You can technically win if they flatline on a snare. Okay, well, I feel like you could flip. Oh, you can't even flip Earth Station infinitely. You could just purge. Like you could just purge. You don't need to do this, right? You could just purge. Just purge every turn. It's the same. You would have to run with empty hands against a corp that isn't doing anything. Purge is on the basic action card. Why was that not obvious? F. Hey, do you know in original Netrunner, purge is not a basic action? Well, sorry. Yeah, it's not exactly a basic action. So in original Netrunner, purging is not spending 3 clicks. It is the action of foregoing 3 clicks, which means you can do it at any paid ability window, including on the runner's turn. You can just forego actions on the runner's turn, and that means your next turn you'll just have no clicks. It's really weird. Sonic time. Enjoy the rest of the Top Guy Gauntlet. Thank you, Alex. We're grinding through it very slowly, turns out. We're ahead on time, on points. Enjoy Sonic. Second knife, only slightly scary. Can't res. Top 8, top 8. All right, so our play line is draw damn business as usual. And then with the business as usual, we have to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 credits. With 6 credits, we can fast advance. Oh, that was the security testing, but of course. With 6 credits and the right cards in hand, we can win. Issue is how quickly can we make 6 credits? So 1 and... No? Are we just clicking 3 credits and getting doofed again? Okay, it's 6 credits. We do Sudden Commandment. We install our Beal. We do Sudden Commandment. It costs us 1. Then we have to get a click back that costs us 3. And then we have to do Advance. So it's 6 credits. So maybe in 2 turns. Maybe in 2 turns. We're holding on. I do not know how quickly Jai can do a second knife. I feel like the ice on the table is difficult to deal with at a minimum. I think he can run HQ, double click the mess and Chesfo, pay most of his Chesfo credits, but then R&D, he needs like an inside job or something. It's maybe possible. We'll see. What time is it? It's 12:12 Eastern Standard. It is technically Friday. We started this game 33 minutes ago, which maybe was temporally irresponsible. This is the thing, is like after I end the stream, I still have to do like the timestamps and the publishing. So like I don't go to bed that early on a Thursday night, let me tell you. But I'm okay to get through this. Naniko is trying to climb Maddie like a mountain. That hurt? It looked like it hurt. She uses claws. It's Friday morning. It is Friday morning. For many, it might be the holidays already. Are there any fast ways to install connections besides Seb? Like instant speed? In standard? My guess is no. We don't have a lot of like infinite install stuff. I'm visiting Spain, so let's do another 2 hours. Hey, yeah, let's do it. I don't think there is Supernaut. The problem is that this costs us a credit and actually puts us off our turn cycle of scoring. But we might get 2 advancements on this, and then Jai probably has to trash it. But if Jai trashes this, it slows Jai down more than us, I'm pretty sure. I took the deck building tip video back to teach coworkers, so thanks, because I meant I finally got an in-person game as a result. Yo, how'd it go? That's sick. Wait, did it break? Oh, I forgot to fire. So that means the salmon chip means that we're gonna get Fazarimed. And so Fazarimed is gonna hit Mess and Chest, so that's pretty bad. The second tag actually really matters for Jai, because we could be on Vladisibirsk shipment from. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we have another deck building video coming up on Monday in which we build a new corp deck that it should be a faster video overall, but a flatlining corp deck that lets to play Urtica, which I think is good fun. The problem is like that's a hard deck to get gameplay of because I cannot play it against Chiriboga because I don't think Chiriboga respects advanceable traps. Like I don't know if Chiriboga thinks that could be an Urtica. I'm not going to run it because I'm scared, or like I'm going to need 3 cards in hand. I have no idea how Chiriboga works. I could do some test games and see what I think they do, but are you on shipment? If we're on shipment, Jai needs a clear tag. Technically, server 9 is not too frightening because we don't have money, so we can't actually like res the Vladisibirsk city grid. And for what it's worth, the Vladisibirsk city grid, Jai knows where 2 of them are. Like we have to shuffle those back in sooner than later with Spin Doctor. The problem is that we want to draw our business as usual, so we're not really rushing to do that. We also need 6 credits. All right, he's checking. Love it. He probably has to trash this. I played Corp and ended up winning, but they instantly asked to re-rack and try again to guess they enjoyed it. Yeah, that's what, like, everyone is really satisfying because it's very obvious that your choices have a huge, like, change on the game, and just like touching stuff is fun, right? What if you just thrown down a Beal? Yeah, that's true. Wait, you can play 2 sec testings? Sick. All right, we got our money back. Okay, so all we need is 6 credits. If we don't get doofed here, we can win. We just need to keep the Beal in hand. The sudden commandment also cannot get trashed. So what do we do about that? I don't know what we do about it. We just have to click 3. I wish we had a hedge fund because then we can't get doofed to the ground. We might be able to get out of this. Might be able to get out of this. Wait, does he have Clot? Actually, he installed the Simul chip. He has 1 card left in his stack. So if he knows the card and he never draws it with Prognostic, he can set up a Clot fast events. But I would be so surprised if there's a Clot in a Prognostic Q-Loop deck. Sorry, in a Jaichinyo deck. Can Jai do this on 8 credits? All right. We need to keep 2 cards in our hand. Alarm clock. R&D is the mark. One's an archives, one's an R&D. So another knife is going in for sure. This is going to get boomeranged, I imagine. And then we're going to pay or double click the second one. I'm assuming we'll actually double click it. We just need to keep one of these 2 cards. Please. We worked so hard. All right, it's boomeranged. We can still force the 3 credit loss. Just kidding. The other one's boomeranged. This one is just broken for free with boomerang. Please. Please. You hate to see it. We worked so hard. Wait. Why? Oh, he should have boomeranged it? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, totally. I didn't realize he broke that. I was just like focused on this chat log. So the boomerang is going to get shuffled back into 1 card. Can you shuffle a boomerang into a deck of no cards? I think you are able to still. Now we can still top deck a 3-2. Like we still have 2 Beals and Tomorrow's Head. No, we have 2 Beals. In theory, the Sun Commandment could draw it. So it was... I'm assuming that's right. I don't honestly know. That's fine. Yeah, of course. Steals the agenda, wants to use the boomerang. So now the issue is like he can just install the boomerang from the top of the stack. But where did the boomerang go? Sudden can't draw because you have to play the operation with Sudden. Oh, yeah, you're right. Because we need to have it on the table. We have to have the agenda as step 1. Yeah, very true. I can't believe we're going to lose on 5 points. We just need that run not to touch that card. Yeah. I'm assuming boomerang will be pulled from the deck, unless we're actually going to break this for 700 credits. Like, this is very expensive. Yeah, so he's going to infinite boomerang. So apparently he can shuffle boomerang into his stack of 0 cards. I'm actually surprised about that because I don't think you can shuffle nothing. You can't shuffle 1 card? Why does that work? And now that the deck is bottomed out, I wonder what the Simul chip is for. I honestly have no idea. Maybe a Revolver? So he got 2 on that run. Running the Vasilisa. So we lose next turn if we don't top deck the agenda. You can't infinite because Q loop is once a turn. Sure, but it'll be there next turn. In Netrunner, unlike an Arkham, you're allowed to shuffle in one card to an empty deck. Yeah, you can't do that in Arkham. All right, if we don't top like the 3-2, we're cooked. Holy shit, it's a Christmas miracle. Are you kidding me? What? I didn't even think I deserved that. Okay. GG, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to even question what happened there. I'm just going to say that sometimes we deserved it. Top deck that. You ripped the one Beal. I was waiting. Okay. 17 turns, 42 minutes in. I'll take that. I'm super stoked for the holiday season. We got through our final ghost. Thanks for the game. Yeah, we lose next turn 100%. Jai runs HQ for no money, R&D for no money, archives for no money. Sec testing was Jai downfall. Yeah, sec testing actually cost Jai the game. If Jai saw the top of the deck, we would have lost. There is no more fast advanceable. Oh no, there's one more Beal. So it was actually 2 and 14. What more lesson did we learn? Nothing. We learned, okay, firstly, we learned that this card is slightly better than I think it is. Vladisibirsk Grid is slightly better. The thing is, like, better players will respect this on the table and trash it when and if it matters. And maybe once you'll be able to fast advance and do something cool, and then they'll respect it. You're on a hot streak, so play another one. I wouldn't call it that hot streak. We learned we should have played in Mirror Morph. Holy crap. This is 4 influence. Why is this card 4 influence? This card would be so fun if it wasn't 4 influence. How much influence is Holloman? 3. You know how cool Vlad Grid would be in every other faction? That was extremely messy. Jai, good game on both sides, 100%. Can we get a Muppet musical number? I'm pretty sure one of the Christmas specials, one of the Muppets eats a phone and it rings inside the Muppet's stomach, and my sister has nightmares for a week. That's what I remember. She wasn't very happy about it. Good game. If you can use all 3 Vlad Grids in your deck to fast advance 1 agenda, maybe you win. They are not unique, but they are regions. Not unique. That's weird how that is. Okay, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back. Not next week. Well, we'll have a video next week with all things going to plan, but we'll be back on the next week after that. We're probably going to do a stream on the Monday or even maybe the day before the end of the year just to hang out and have a nice time. It'll be a nice Tuesday, I reckon. But I want to give a huge thank you to all these names here and more that help support the Metropole Grid. We're supported on Patreon. That gives me the time to do video editing, live stream, stuff like this, hanging out, and Tuesdays. It's a lot of work, and only possible to do it with all these names here in Daily Cast patrons. If you want to take a second to like the video, that also helps too. It really does on YouTube. Thank you so much. Holidays are coming up. Hopefully you have something lined up for you. I know it's sometimes a difficult season. If you don't have families or folks or people you can hang out with over, it can get pretty rough sometimes. I'm aware of that. And my part, it gets dark at like 4 p.m. I honestly don't like it at all. So I just want to say, like, if you're looking for some people to hang out, please grab a seat in a lot of the fantastic Netrunner communities online. Jump into Green Level Clearance Discord, get involved in organized, it's off meta month. There's some great stuff going on this weekend, but if you're finding the holidays sometimes difficult to get through because you're feeling lonely, I promise you there is huge communities online of folks who are very happy for you to take a seat. Whether it's just hanging out and chat and feeling like you're with some people or getting some games in, being like looking for game, please do that if you are feeling a bit of the blues over the holidays. I know it can be tricky. Thank you for the content. Thank you, David, for the kind words. Great stream, really made a terrible day better. Sindar, and hopefully it's going better. I really hope it does. Again, we'll be back in just over a week before the new year, and that'll be nice. Otherwise, thanks so much for hanging out. It got late. It's 12:30. Nanako was like, why are you not playing with me? It's about that time. Take care, y'all. Happy holidays. We'll see you in a bit.